Doing great, Les. How are you doing?
Doing splendidly. I got all my chores done except for the chores I didn't get to. Everything's going well.
We just didn't want to blow you away with enthusiasm.
Right.
It's hard to be excited on a Sunday night. Like the future looms full of weekdays.
I know it's another full week of fun and games, but I don't know. It's not so bad.
Not so bad. You're right.
Jonas is headed back to practice after his healed up rotator cuff, so that's good.
I didn't know he had that.
He was he had gotten, it was the same exact thing that happened with Matthias. Was he because they're both butterfly swimmers, and it's all this kind of thing, and so it racks up their shoulder muscles. So he spent the last couple of weeks getting a little PT, but he's back and ready to hit the pool. So taking him to practice tomorrow night. We'll see what happens.
Good luck to him.
Was it just strained, or was it actually?
It was just strained. It wasn't like massively damaged or anything. He spent a couple of weeks putting like ice and stuff on it and doing some physical therapy. But so he says it's a lot better. So hopefully he'll be able to swim again. And we were talking college today. Of all things, we're gonna go on some college visits this summer.
What's he looking at? Where's he want to go?
So he wants to be closer to home than Matthias was at Case in Cleveland. So Case is like 8 hours away. So we looked at a bunch of stuff, a bunch of colleges in sort of like north central Illinois, and then Rhodes College in Memphis, and then Ball State in Indiana.
Is he doing engineering, Les?
I'm sorry?
Is he doing engineering?
No, he wants to go pre-med. He wants to be a doctor. So we'll see how well that goes. But I've seen his grades, so
There's a little bit of work there.
It's awesome. There's Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, bud.
How's it going?
Good. Is that Trader place again in the background?
Yeah, Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's. I like it. Oh, Matt, I gotta send.
Always waiting on Matt.
It's pretty much
always needs an engraved invitation, that one.
So Les was telling the Saturday night crowd last night about the poop adventure.
Oh.
They loved it. They were like, how do we get into this game?
I just really thank Bardos for cleaning me up afterwards. So I had to do it. I'm just tenacious. I had to kill that vampire. So
I was like, who cares about the tick? I can't believe you guys are doing this. But Gato gets something into his mind. He follows it.
Les, have you listened back to the playback of that?
Good Lord. Not.
It's like the evilest character you've played. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And you've played some good ones.
You played.
So
This was the most evil one without the Cockney accent.
I've been working on my accent, so Cockney and other Cockney. I've expanded my repertoire, so to speak.
At this point, are we at least finished with Wrath of the Colonoscopy?
Yes.
Well, honestly, I like to give my players a lot of agency. So if you guys want to explore a little further, in that region, it's certainly possible. If I recall correctly, Gato, you're still outside.
No. I came back in, and Bardos cleaned me up.
Okay, good.
Well, at least the outside.
Yeah, we still look at him with a lot of side eye. But
some aromas just don't come off of prestidigitation, do they? It's all right. It's all right. Eventually, you guys will get back to a place where showers are common, and that'll be fun. Again. There we go. Get that up and running. So I sent Matt an email. If I don't hear from him fairly quickly, I was going to say I'll send him a text, but I forgot my phone upstairs. Somebody's probably answering all my messages.
He'll be logging in soon from the space shuttle.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm on a cruise ship in the Bahamas. But tell you what, while we're waiting, talk about yourselves, we're upstairs and get that phone real quick. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
So
So
now
for
it's
the-
where we call for his removal.
Well, for the rest of us, is the goal at this point just to go sort of clear out the rest of this and look for magic items? There's
I think the rest of this, yeah, I think the goal here is just magic items, just,
well, and there was in his email, it was sort of we're supposed to leave two very specific things behind.
but we don't know what those specific things are.
Well, we do. We were given descriptions of them. But this
Yeah, we were.
this
Way down.
again,
When was this email?
Way back, right?
this again was a deal that was made without your priest's consent.
We do kinds a lot of those.
Yeah, but there's a lot of those.
Here's a lot. You
At
gotta
this
be
point,
specific. Which
at this
one?
point, I just want to shove cotton in Lothar's ears so he doesn't have to know what's going on, and it'll probably be okay.
Ilendar stays close. to him.
Gatto
They
did
can
not
just-
make this deal this time, so
Yeah.
don't blame him.
They can just walk up and like cover Lothar's ears. Lothar knows what's going on. Just go with it, Lothar. It's easier this way.
So lean back and think of Dresden.
So the thing about it is, though, in the latest email, there was a question of we were supposed to leave two things alone. We had a general description so that we would know which things we were supposed to leave alone. But then there was sort of this ominous, but will they? And is that okay or whatever? So
Oh, okay, I kind of remember that.
I don't know if the idea is we're supposed to go poke around and find out how truly horrific the things that we made the deal to leave behind are, and if we're going to change that deal. And by less a smirk, I'm guessing that's pretty close.
I vote on not changing that deal because I don't think there's something we'd want anyway.
Well, it's
think
not
it
a
was a
matter of
cheap
something we'd
manufacturer.
want. It's a matter of something that we don't want existing in the world.
I was gonna say the only point would be taken out of existence, yeah.
Right.
But then we open up a front with another enemy
Well, then we
who
have
was actually trained at sneaking in to find people and eliminating them.
yeah, then we have to fight the assassin.
So here's the thing: on a full frontal assault, I'm not against going against whatever this assassin is, but that's not how they play.
No.
We will get ambushed at the worst possible time when we don't expect it, because that's what they do.
Right. So my great question really is it worth continuing to explore this stuff and possibly getting ourselves into that ethical conundrum to begin with? Or now that we've sort of passed through the worst, literally.
Oh, Gatto was passed through the worst.
Yes, quite literally. Is now just the time to say, okay, we're done with this. Monago's dead. Let's go deal with the potential beheading that we're facing at the hands of whoever this other person is
Yeah.
Nocticula.
whose attention we now have.
This is the woman, this is the demon lord who runs this plane, is Nocticula. I mean, she is the boss not only of this city, but of this
Kind of a big
entire
wig.
plane.
So she's kind of a bigwig.
She's kind of a big wig. So
She's kind of a big deal. She has an office that smells of rich leather. Yes, we get it.
Yeah.
Corinthian leather.
Corinthian leather.
But yeah, so I mean, but ultimately your entire business here in Illusionera was to get her attention so that you could bring Queen Galfrey's case to her and try to convince her not to make an alliance with Hepsimira, first of all, but also try to convince her to like shut down the Nihydrian crystal mining that's going on. Because ultimately these crystals are being turned into these serums, which are changing demons into these mythical powers.
Super.
And yeah, the
Wow.
super demons. And so you guys want to shut that down.
But the other part of that is we've already eliminated the lab that was successfully doing it. And the person who was behind that technology.
And the portal that allows them to get it there.
Right.
Mhm.
But
But we didn't get rid of the guy doing it. He's just here now.
Xanther Vang was the guy who came up with the process. The guy you killed was Mutasafen, who was
he was
like-
the chemist, right?
yeah, the chemist. You know, he's like Vang's right-hand guy. He's the guy who took Vang's theories and turned them into practice.
Right. So we've killed him, and I believe that Jen has the book with his notes and stuff in it.
I don't know that I.
Well, we had a discussion via email about whether you want to keep it and try to
Oh,
learn
yeah,
some
that's
stuff
right.
about it, or if you were going to destroy it. And I mean, we went
I
back and forth about it in theory, but
Alchemical stuff, yeah.
yeah,
I opted to keep it to pull what was useful out of it, but with no intent to pull
right.
what was evil. Yeah,
But so that book still exists, but
yeah.
the guy who actually made it work doesn't exist anymore, and the lab he used to do it doesn't exist anymore. So if Xanthier was the I guess the theoretical guy behind it, but he didn't, as far as I understand, he was never able to make it work without the guy we've already killed.
I
Yeah,
bet
he
you
got-
he
he
knows
got it
how to do it
close.
though.
Huh?
So I'll bet you he knows how to do it now though.
Ah, okay.
He's not the kind of guy that would let somebody create that and then not know how
And
to
then
do it
not
after.
not have the information himself.
Yeah.
So I thought because the
There
big
he is. Hey, Matt.
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late.
Uh,
Sorry to interrupt you, Chuck. Carry on with the thought you were having.
the big wig that we were trying to get her attention. What's her name again?
Nocticulate.
Nocticulate. She already told these people no when they asked her permission to do what they're doing.
Right.
So I thought that more of this was to get her attention and then tell her your underlings have gone behind your back and are doing something you specifically prohibited them from doing.
Not so much underlings as competitors, or
Associates, maybe.
Yeah.
they're not under the same
Citizens.
I'm guessing she's a demon. She considers them underlings. And she considers that when she said no, she meant no.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the hope is we tell her these people have gone behind your back. They're doing what you expressly told them not to, and hope that she will deal with that. So I don't know if any of sort of that next piece of it requires us to go gut marching again through this creature, or if we can just go.
Do we need proof for her of anything? Did we promise her any proof? I
Oh,
don't
we're
know.
bringing her. What's her
Yeah.
name?
That's the only thing I would say is there might be something here that would further our cause. Possibly, paperwork or whatever. Just regardless of the magic items that might be here. Because she was a pretty powerful demon too. So
Nago was, yeah.
So let's go look for magic items and evidence.
Operative word was.
I think we
I have
should
a new
just camp
computer.
out here and let Gatto go look.
He's got experience.
I don't know. I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of Gatto that he was actually able to say evidence after magic items.
Yeah.
And he didn't just
That's
go,
impressive,
let's
yeah.
go look for magic items and more magic items.
That is progress. That is progress for him.
Well, but Chuck, I mean, so when you talk about going after that, I mean, Chuck made a good point. I mean, is this something right now you don't know what they are? And I can't remember if I gave you guys accurate descriptions of what they were. And I can't remember what those descriptions were because my notes are sketchy at best. But
I don't think he actually told us. He just gave us a thumbnail that he needs some stuff at her house that we whack her. He'll take the hit off us.
You
what I
said
would,
you gave us general directions about what they were so we would recognize.
Descriptions.
Oh,
General
right, okay.
descriptions, yeah.
okay.
I think
So-
the less Flashheart knows, the better for everybody
The less.
Well, that was kind of Chuck's point, right? Was like, do we want to go hunting these things, knowing that if we find them, we might create for ourselves a moral and ethical obligation to do something about it, which could have ultimately problematic outcomes at the end. Because I mean, so let's say you find these things and you either decide to take them with you. I mean, Nazarius has already mentioned that they are evil items, and he said that you guys won't want them. You guys won't be able to use them, which may or may not be true. I mean, he could be lying, but you got to assume that they're pretty evil things.
Gato says challenge accepted.
But,
Well, I think the other thing is if we are in some way able to recognize them, and if then at that point we decide, okay, this is something that is too evil for us to allow to go to stay in existence. Like, oh look, it's the head of Vecna. No, we can't let the evil demon assassin have the head of Vecna. No, right, that kind of thing.
A, there is no head of Vecna, and B, if I find it, you can have it.
I was
That,
going to say, actually, if there's a head of Vecna, we'd let the assassin have it.
that's why I used that one, because it was funny.
Okay.
But I mean, Chuck's point is valid. I mean, if you guys get across these and you recognize them for what they are, it puts you in kind of a dilemma. Do you withhold them because they're evil, powerful, evil magic items from Nazarius, who will almost certainly use them for equally evil ends, or do you try to destroy them, knowing that this compromises the deal you made with Nazarius? And I know Chuck would say, well, deals with demons aren't worth the paper or the handshake that they're sealed with, and you know, but you will end up with Nazarius on your back. And Nazarius is no slouch. I mean, he's a shadow demon Fey Lord assassin, which means he probably knows how to kill dudes.
Let's say if we found them and they just happened to be broke. He wouldn't really necessarily know that they weren't broken to fray.
I feel
Well,
like
that's
if we
Just
honor,
where we found it.
if we don't honor the deal, then we come down to their level, like literally. So I don't know. That's a
Unless
paladin.
I found what it is, a description. Nazarius wants Monago's body, a jewel relic of first world, deep green with colors about size of dinner plate, and a tentacled statue.
Okay, he never said her body before.
I don't remember. Okay, I guess he did.
We
it.
need her body.
That's
He
the note that I
wants her
have.
body to prove she's dead. So we can do something to prove she's dead.
You don't want him bringing her back to life. Yeah.
Well, can we give her the body, but make sure that it can't ever be raised? I mean, remember, I'd like to point out that she said she had a wish. So if he takes her body, resurrects her, he could say he gets the wish, and that doesn't do us any good either.
Agreed.
I
I
would
just
rather,
want-
Told us that wish was a horrible thing, though, because basically it
No.
ended up being
Yeah.
bad.
It would be a horrible thing for you guys.
yeah,
If you're already chaotic evil,
yeah,
I
that's a trip
mean-
to Disneyland.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you're already chaotic evil, I don't know that it's too big of a problem.
I kind of wanted the body to kind of prove to Nocticula that we took care of our issue. And oh, by the way, if you've got some kind of demonic way of questioning her, if you've got any questions for what she was doing, then here's the body. By all means, do whatever you want to it.
And I think, Les, you missed really the underlying point that I was making, which is stop making deals with demons.
Flashheart has
Please.
done his best not to make any new deals with demons.
Please.
Tries to take what you told him to heart, but
Yeah,
sometimes-
threats haven't worked, so now I'm just going to go full on Jewish mother. Why don't you just push me under the train?
Why don't you just hook me to a sky whale and send me over the ocean?
Just drag me behind a carriage for 30 miles. You're breaking your mother's heart.
Yeah, as I think I've mentioned before, Flashheart has no avarice in his heart, but the word sky whale creates some uncomfortable
Yes.
tingles that he must possess.
Yes. We will have one before we leave.
Oh yes, we will.
That is
God
happening.
is our witness.
You realize those things eat like 10 tons of fish every day.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
so
don't bother me with trifles.
don't you guys tend to create food?
I guess you have origins. Right?
Not 10 tons.
Well, we'll just get 10 more people in the party.
To create krill.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this magic item that would be great for desert people that like you turn it on and it constantly creates water like forever. We just need to modify that item to constantly create krill. And we can just turn that thing on and just like put it like in its mouth somewhere.
Like a chocolate
Hang
fountain.
it 10 feet in front of it.
10 feet in front of it.
Yeah, it's got-
Like in a big metal feed bag looking thing, or it just like turns it on.
Like a
That poor
krill
sky whale
fountain.
would be
Krill fountain.
inflated. The sky whale would gain 4 sizes.
Don't fat shame our sky whale list. Our hypothetical sky whale.
Yes. And then it would
I gotta
then it
get
would
Twitter up here. Hold on.
then it would start falling. Hey, what's that big round thing down there? I know. I'll call it ground. I wonder if it'll be
Yeah.
friendly.
I think I like sky whales. Remember, anybody read the Black Company books?
Yes.
In the third Black Company book, over the Plain of Peril, the White Rose had a sky whales that she was battling. She was battling the late Dark Lady's forces with.
Yep.
Really?
Oh,
I've never
great.
read, I haven't read the Black Company books, so.
That's a great series. I mean, it goes off in some weird tangents as it goes on, as everything does. But I think the first 3 are really solid books. And I think that series also taught me that there's dead, and then there's dead. Like, you can be dead, but you may not be dead.
He's only mostly dead.
Yeah.
So we need to come to a decision. What's the verdict? Are we vacating now, or are we going to keep looking for?
Yeah, are
magic
we
items?
moving on, or are we going on a
I thought we
secret?
were checking it out.
We have like a niffler or something to seek out gold coins or something for us.
We have anything that's high priority? Like we're done with all the, except for Illendar's thing, right?
Yeah, Illendar's
Main-
kind of antsy to get this done,
Yeah,
so he can get to work on
yeah, because we need to go
not permanently dying in a year.
right.
But that was the last thing that's kind of like has to be done for us,
He's
right?
still got like 10 months. What are you worried about?
Yeah. Illendar slaps people that say that to him.
You gotta relax. You got 10 months.
So quick thought on any magic items we might find are probably going to be evil or aren't going to be that useful. And we really haven't been dropping that many magic items lately anyway, or particularly large treasure troves. So I don't know that it's worth it.
I'm
There could
sorry.
be
You
evidence.
guys
Were
just
you
got
not there for the?
300,000.
Yeah, were you not there for the giant vault of? That was like the Monty
I
Hall
was
of all.
there. I just wasn't on your side.
I was there. Just
That's true.
There could be evidence.
But no magic items. There was just a bunch of money.
And you guys
That
have
was like
huge
the Monty
slavers'
Hall
vaults.
of.
It's
The
like
Monty
we
Hall
never
pile.
get anything in this campaign.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say it that way. I'm just saying it's not likely that we're going to find.
You never get anything. I'm gonna throw my super hammer and my plus 17 sword in
From
frustration.
now on, the best treasure you guys are going to find is a masterwork rope. That's it.
Really?
Oh,
All you
yeah.
find is we find these sculptures of this hand that's clenched in a fist, one finger extended.
Now, I just want to point out, Gatto has the hammer right now still, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you might
yes,
need to wash that off, Gatto.
Fletcher has the super sword now.
Bordeaux's washed me up and all my equipment, so
Yeah, thank God. I hope Gordo watches all of us here.
But he can't. There's one thing that he can't wash off, and that's the experience.
Yeah.
That will be forever caked on you
Yeah. Iomade, blank my memory out, please.
until it'll be caked on you until the day that Lothar kills you for some sort of perfidious action.
Oh, hey, Matt, since you mentioned Iomade, Fletcher at some point would probably very sheepishly mention that, it's not a big deal or anything. And like, oh my God, like whatever. But like, I did get a little hurt in that fight. If you wanted to maybe heal me a little.
Why, brother Fletcher, I'd love to heal you. But let me.
Yay.
I'll do a little lay on hand. We're out of the action, right? I don't need to do anything.
Well, yeah, you're sort of standing in the hallway to the
The
colon.
large intestines.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love being your third best choice of healer in the party, and I'm honored that you've chosen me today to heal your wounds.
Yay.
I will heal up Fletcher.
Do you need
Where
to
are
know-
we, Les? I'm not seeing
I'll
all
make
the
sure that
characters.
Down
I'll
towards
leave
the
you all the
bottom.
scars
Yeah.
because those people like scars.
There's some lights up top. Ignore those. Go down to the bottom of the map.
Okay, there we are. Gotcha.
Talking to me, Mike?
No, Gordon, sorry.
Got it. Got it.
And Matt, what's different about a lay on hands?
Oh, it's a heal. Now you're gonna make me open the.
Lay on hands deals positive energy and several mercies that he's chosen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which in my case was sickened, and I forget what the other one is. Whatever Don told me to take is the other one. Let me open my character sheet.
Yeah, the mystery mercies that you never tell us what they are.
No, one was for sure was whatever you had last week. I
Because
had
they
that.
change. I
Well,
have
you
a
keep
feeling.
them vague, and then-
Yeah, so whatever I
And then
need.
you just, whatever you need, you say, oh, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, I picked that one a long time ago.
Was one of them poison?
I believe so. That's the one that Les is all pissed off about, was the poison one, because I never chose that one, and he ranted about it for at least 2 sessions. Let's see. But until I have it written down here somewhere, I can't. Word of Resolve, Holy Javelin. There's spells I never cast. Yeah. Order of Courage, Smite Evil, Lay on Hands, Divine Health, Mercy, the third level, lava. Flashcard chose Sickened as his Mercy at 6. And then I believe we chose Poison. I don't think I wrote it down. We chose whatever the anti-poison one at 9 or whatever. So I should probably write that down. When I say we, I mean me, only me.
And what was the first one you said?
Sickened.
Oh, that was your level 3 one?
That was my level 6 one.
Sickened, nauseated, and poison, right? I think are the 3.
Thanks.
Sickened, I'm sorry, 3, right. I'm sorry. I said level 6, but Sickened is level 3. I don't remember.
It was nauseated,
The
right?
reserve-
'Cause-
No, Sickened was for
Well,
sure.
it's kind of the same family as Sicken, so.
I Sickened and the fact that Sickened and nauseated are 2 different mercies pisses me off. But
There are 2 different strengths of it, same type of effect.
all right.
I'm just reading the chat. It's like Gatto's like, I'll volunteer. Yeah.
Poisoned. Was it disease? Maybe a 6.
Ooh, that might be right. That sounds like it could be
Disease.
right.
I'm officially writing these down. Okay.
Okay.
Finally. So now I know what not to throw at you.
At 3rd. Disease.
And just sort of to throw this out there, does anyone else have interest in putting this house out of its misery?
No.
Yeah,
Not really.
I do.
Yeah, 6th, I would have recommended diseased. 9th, poisoned.
That's what I took.
Yeah.
And then I don't think you told me about Sickened. I just thought that was a good one at 3rd.
You already had sickened. That was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I chose Sickened because at some point when we were fighting those underworlders and under the city, some of us got sickened by something, and it was very annoying.
Karina does. No thanks.
Okay, guys, am I gonna go check things out?
By yourself? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Fletcher comes with me.
I'll come with.
The 2 of you? No.
Make sure everybody dusts. Make sure somebody dusts Gatto's hand with something that leaves fingerprints everywhere he touches.
Oh, ouch.
Very good.
We don't need that for Fletcher. They'll just be
We're
the
just gonna weigh
blood
you.
and body parts behind everywhere he goes.
We're going to weigh you before you leave and then weigh you when you get back.
After you empty your
Well,
cup.
it was the things that Gordon has mentioned that Nazarius described. So it was an emerald plate from the old world and a statue, a tentacled statue.
Right.
Those 2 things sound fairly substantive in size. So they might not. I don't know that he could smuggle them away.
Or would.
Well, and I think that notwithstanding, I get it that Fletcher's more than capable of murdering anything he comes across. But if we're going to explore, we should do it as a group.
Okay,
how does
let's
that-
all go. I was just trying to give Flashheart a degree of deniability.
Well, both are 2.
Well,
And
but
those
the-
happen to be our 2 healers.
Yeah, the degree of
I don't wanna go.
deniability comes with leaving now and not going back.
How about you give
That's a
me
good point.
the point of killing the building or whatever, which I want to do.
Well, then how though? Remember, this building is 2 football fields long.
So I could.
Well, it
Oh,
has
okay. I
it
mean,
has-
you guys don't have a tac nuke with you, as far as I know.
I
no,
mean,
but it has a heart.
well, or it has a brain. I know from all the zombie movies. If I
The
kill
brain is where we need to go.
So the brain's
The,
from the scratch, but the neural cord, the spinal cord from the brain. I think it's on autonomous at this point. It doesn't feel or think.
Yeah.
anything.
It's the elementals. Remember the elementals we ran across that Bartos talked to
Yeah.
Right.
that are somehow responsible for keeping them alive or hid
Alive,
alive?
We're in the lungs.
Yeah, they're in the lungs and they'll try and kill us if they catch us doing anything.
So let's not kill it, but let's go check out the brain.
But if you do want to try to kill it, I would say that's probably the place to start is taking
All right.
those things on, which they're like huge elementals. It's not. gonna
Yeah, let's not.
Think
You
about
got
the
this, Fletcher?
experience points. Think about the
I got
experience.
this.
I'll blindfold myself so I don't have to see any.
Jennifer's got making a good point. She's like, think about the experience point.
Well, and that and the ethics of this creature being in torture constantly.
That's what she says every night. She's standing over Gata with an axe. You know, like think about the experience point.
And although we don't need attention anymore, we certainly would garner a reputation. Picking out a bunch of elementals like that.
Okay. All right. So Fletcher and Gatto seem to be moving off on their own accord. Anybody want to follow them? Or are you guys going to hang out in the lower intestine? He said innocently.
No, I'm pretty ready to get out of the lower intestine, actually.
I don't see them anywhere. I just see like a bloody spot. And
So as you guys go into this room, you could see, so the first room that you guys passed through, this room here, was an interesting room. It seemed to be the floors and ceilings, you seem to be inside.
You're gonna go
It had
this way.
Sort of like webbing all over the place, oozing some sort of slime. You're not sure what that organ is for, and frankly, I wasn't sure either. But it is pretty gross. As you move through this vessel into this particular organ that you guys are in now seems extraordinarily muscular for an organ. There are big, sort of wrapped, sinewy-looking things in big clusters, and the floor is about probably 6 to 8 inches deep with this sort of translucent slime that you kind of have to go through. It's very thick. It's like wading through 6 to 8 inches of really good maple syrup.
Bet it doesn't taste or smell like maple syrup.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank
No,
you for
this-
the kind description.
I'm not gonna taste it to find compare.
I don't know how you guys got there, but I'm just moving my guy over to where you guys are.
Yeah.
Flash Art, you want me to move you over there?
Please.
Are you going to be taking up the rearward?
Yeah,
area?
I think in this particular case it'd be best if I, you know, I'm metagaming here, but I think it'd be best if I take up the rear for a while.
Gatto, give me a.
I'm gonna be
and Bart-
I'm gonna be the Sergeant Schultz of this party right now. I see nothing. I know nothing. I hear nothing. That's right.
Gatto, Bardos, and Lothar, give me a quick perception check. Okay, all over 20. So as you guys are passing through, and there's like this, as you guys go through this sludge that's in the bottom of this, the first person that notices is Gatto, and you're probably forward. You're looking over there, and you see Fletcher sort of meandering forward, and you see one of these sinewy wall parts start to sort of like twitch a little bit and convulse, and all of a sudden, after about 3 or 4 convulses,
Fletcher, look out.
you see something just sort of like pop out. Bloop.
Bloop.
Bardos and Lothar, you guys see the same thing happening, only closer to you. And when it's like this muscular thing is sort of like twisting and convulsing, and then all of a sudden it ejects a creature out onto the wall, which immediately sort of falls down this muscular wall and into the maple syrup. They look like this. Hold on a second.
friendly creatures, no doubt.
Well, it's really all you've met in this body, really.
They're
It's-
kidney stones.
Yeah.
No, they're amorphous. They're the same, and they're the same color as the translucent slime inside the thing. But they
Okay.
immediately begin sort of like towards you guys. And it,
So
Fletcher attack.
can I make a knowledge planes check?
sure.
Yeah, throw up the turn tracker.
Hold on a second. Yeah.
That was Bardos doing a knowledge planes.
Bardos, 32. These do not seem to be, well, they're certainly not demons. Your guessing is that there's some sort of slime or ooze. That's what they look like.
What hurts slime or ooze?
Fletcher wants to kill one. He's really angry at it. Arrgh.
So Fletcher, what do you do? You were super angry, huh?
I don't like this thing and I want it dead. So I attack as soon as I can.
That's really as good as reason as he ever gives us. So
Hold on, I
It's not my turn, I know, but.
All right, let's check that. Okay. Sorry, I had to refresh. I get something done. I'll be with you momentarily. Okay, let me go ahead and roll my initial. You guys are gonna love this. Okay.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not bad actually.
You rolled
considering
well,
the-
yeah.
Considering the interesting bonus that it has. Okay, so yeah, so these things kind of like bloop out of. Is anybody not on the thing? Flashcard, I don't see you. Did you roll?
No, I thought I was out of the thing. What do I got to roll? I'm sorry.
Nish?
Initiative.
I'm on it. There you go. Big 12.
23. Anybody else not get theirs in the thing? Or are we all on there? I think we're all.
What'd you say?
How
Yeah.
Flashard end up with a 23.08?
Yeah, I have a 12.
Oh,
Oh, that's
sorry.
Farina. That's Farina.
I was looking at Farina, sorry.
Arena.
Flashard have to roll a 20 and then have some bonus +2 to get there. Flashard needs some dexterity magic items if we find one.
All right, sounds good. So these things bloop out. They are moving towards, one's moving towards Bardos, one's moving towards Fletcher. The other one, Lothar, is moving towards you. And they're just sort of like kind of going over there and doing that. Gatto, you're first. You were the first guy that spotted them. So it makes sense that you would go first. What are you going to do?
I ran around Fletcher. I'm up north, and I'm saying, go ahead and kill it.
Go ahead and kill it. So words of encouragement from the caravan guard. Excellent. I love it. Okay, so that's it for you? Just encouraging
That is it for me this
words?
round.
Okay, I like it. Farina, so you're sort of in the back. Give me a perception check. $34. All right, so you see flash art sort of coming out of the thing, but then as you're doing it, the first thing is Otto sort of like turns and is looking. At first, you think he's looking at flash art, but then you realize that he's listening behind flash art, and he tells you that he hears noise coming from the other room, and it's similar to the noise that these creatures are making. This sort of like noise kind of thing. But it's somewhat different. There's something back there.
I'm gonna share that with Flashlight so he knows what's behind him.
Your flashlight. Clang, 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 clang. What? All right. I will spin to face whatever adversary I believe is coming.
Okay, so you're going to turn and on your turn. So
I'll
Farina,
go, can I take a 5-foot step back? Or not yet?
it's not your turn yet, but it's
Yeah,
Farina's turn. So she just like something's behind you.
And then I think what I'm gonna try is, yeah, I'm well within range. I'm gonna hit this guy down here with the ice slick, the oh so popular ice slick that the human body or the bodies doesn't like. See if that.
The ice pick?
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
the ice slick. It's a spell.
Okay.
So it'll put a 5-foot radius of ice on it and 1d6 cold damage.
All right. Do I need to make a reflex save or?
Yes, you do. It's
Okay.
14.
Do we know the
Good reflexes.
what's the difficult? What's the DC?
14, DC 14.
14. All right, here we go. Reflex save by a blob protoplasm. Roll the 4. So it does slam into the creature. What does it do?
Hang on, we're just gonna roll some damage and I think it's got me.
I have to find if this helps. 11 points.
Yeah, 17 total. 11 plus the 6.
Okay. How much? 11 points?
No, 17. 6 plus 11.
6 plus 11, 17. Okay.
Sorry, I guess I got microphone issues still.
Oh, hey, wow, your microphone just came back clear
Yeah,
as a
I can hear you
bell.
Oh, okay.
Much
Yeah.
better.
I thought it was me.
Oh, that's
No, I'm
100 times
sorry.
better.
Yeah,
We're all
that's
getting
much better.
Okay, is that better?
That's much better.
Much
That's
All
better.
right, so yeah, so the ice spike, does it grow up out of the thing, or do you shoot it?
It's you shoot it,
Okay.
and it's a 5 foot radius. So if you just stick it straight on wherever it is,
I don't think it's gonna get anybody else.
no, it shouldn't.
1 second. 5-foot raid.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, maybe a little Lothar. That's a 5-foot radius. So what happens in a 5-foot radius? There's potential cold damage?
It's ice, basically.
It's ice. Okay. So Lothar, I tell you what, give me a reflex save, but give it to me at a +4 because there's only a piece of you in
A
there.
5 foot radius shouldn't be touching him, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it should only be 10 feet across.
Yeah.
I think that's a 10-foot or 15-foot radius, 10-foot anyway.
So,
Are these 5 foot?
Yeah, you have to, if you do the stuff on the, like you say 5-foot radius, it
Mhm.
doesn't assume the 5 foot square you start from. So
Okay.
so you have to make it like 7 for like 10, and you got to make it like 3 for 5, and it's.
I get it. Hold on a second. Let me do this a much better way. Hold on a sec.
Much better.
I got a better way. Better way to do it. A 5-foot radius. Hold on a second. Do that. Save this. Turn that off. Here's your 5-foot radius right there.
That's it. That's what we're
That's
talking
exactly
about.
it. Yep.
And can we move it out a little? Well, I guess
You
I
can
was
move.
just gonna, can I move it? I just want to.
Yeah, you put it like right there, maybe.
Yeah, or like right here. So it has to. So the best way forward is backward.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's entrapped in this, right?
I mean, it can get out. It just see, it's kind of interesting because it doesn't have legs, so I'm not sure how it really.
Yeah, it's just sort of like oozing around.
Because it essentially you missed
slime.
your save, so it falls prone. But I don't know how slime falls prone.
It can't. Yeah, it has ooze traits, so it can't fall prone.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that it might not like ice being like organic, mushy stuff.
Definitely does not like ice. So
That's your
and it's freezing the slime around it into this crackling sort of stuff. So yeah, it doesn't like that. It wants to get out.
Great. That's good. Then I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave Otto where he is.
He's not going to run up and bite one of these oozes.
No, I don't think so right now.
He's bitten a lot of horrible stuff in this campaign.
Yes, he has.
Undead, demons, whatever. A lot of stuff. All right, Illindar then. Illindar
Okay,
and Storm.
For a free action, I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell Bardo to get back, and I've just delayed my number by 1, so it puts me right after Bardos.
Okay.
So you can drag me down 1 person.
That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, we don't have to fight these things. They're just animals. Why don't we just try to run and not deal with them?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really doing anything. They don't have any treasure or any maps or anything. So,
No, but they're coming after us, and we're not all through here.
yeah, I mean, if we can get through here, though, then I can put up a web or something in the entrance and maybe stop them. Or maybe block us so we can't get away from whatever's in the next room.
Well, if you want to go,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out of here. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20. I'm gonna get basically to that. Actually, I'm gonna pick up Baru Les and take him with
Okay.
me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go to the front. Is there anything, do I need a perception roll to see what's in the front?
You give me a perception check.
19.
You see, well, right up here. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, you see another one of those sphincter-like doors right here. It is shut, but you can. It's open a little bit, maybe about 8 inches, and you can see that there's one of those pinkish blood vessel-looking corridors on the other side.
Okay.
But you would have to open it.
All right. Well, I did a double move, so that's all I can do.
All right, Lindar, you're back up.
Okay, Storm's taking a 5-foot step to there,
Okay.
and then attacking this one.
Okay.
And then Ilandar's just going to say, I think Bartos is right, everybody. Let's make our way up here as fast as we can. Storm will hold these until we're out of here. So,
All right. So it does not have a super high AC, being a ooze. So 23 will hit. It can't be tripped, so that's okay. 24 claw will hit. The 26 claw will hit. The 29, yeah, everything hits. So basically, this thing just, as Bardo sort of steps away and Storm steps in, this thing just sort of, and Storm just, it doesn't have any problem hitting it and just like splash it. Storm essentially tears it apart. The problem is now instead of one big one, it's a bunch of little ones, and several of them are on Storm. So I need Storm to make a reflex save. $30. All right, so you see Storm. So Storm does sort of this like sinuous reptilian, completely non-dragon-like thing, and flicks both of these. There was like 2 of these blobs on it, and sort of flicks them off into, and they plop down and they fall into the translucent goo and seem to disappear. The other one is completely torn apart, so it is effectively not there anymore.
okay.
Ilindar, what do you do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 10, 15, 20. Okay. I'm getting right there.
Okay, going up by Bardos?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Fletcher.
Kill.
Well said, Fletcher.
If I recall, Fletcher's still covered with tick blood, too.
So
So,
he's looking very, very red and wet. First attack.
okay.
Bardos has a clean
Boom, that's a
cantrip
hit.
less. So Bardos would have cleaned everybody. He's got a clean cantrip.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know that he would have let you. He's a little bit off.
Yeah,
Bardos, please clean my memories.
Is it still alive?
So, Fletcher, you take the greatsword and you just like, boom, and you slash it in half. And both of the halves just sort of like fall over into the goo. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it's alive anymore, but a couple of the parts still seem to be moving, and they're sort of swimming around in that slime that you guys are walking through, the maple syrup.
Can I swing at him?
You can take another crack at them. It's like 2 of them now. They're smaller. They're just sort of swinging, and they're not like going towards you anymore. They're just sort of kind of like, they're hard to see, and they're kind of like little kind of filling up. 25, that's a hit. Get another one, chop. And yeah, you just like, you see him, so you guys see him just like looking down at the ground, just taking that sword, and the stuff is, the slime is splashing up. You get some on you, because you're the closest, and it's just all over the place. He's just slashing wildly at this thing. In fact, he is slashing so wildly at it that he hits some of the muscular sort of walls, and he drags a big slash across one of these, which starts to ooze a little bit more of that. It begins to ooze that clear liquid, which is sort of now rolling down into the sort of flooded pathway.
That's my turn.
He's just going crazy over there. Gato, you're a little freaked out. You're like, whoa, dude, easy does it. Flashheart, what are you doing? So
All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, Farina told you that there was something coming up behind for you. Give me a perception check.
Oh, I see everything less.
Natural 20.
I perceive all things in all planes.
It's not so much what you see as what you hear. And as you sort of like listen closely, in that previous room, you hear now this like, and it's getting closer.
All right. Well, I'm going to advise Frida and Otto to hustle down with the rest of the party. And this thing is just threatening Lothar right here.
Not really. It's sort of like trapped in like a frozen cluster of the slime from Farina's spell. So it's not really doing much of anything right now.
All right, so I'm gonna slowly back up to about here, and or what do I need to do? What do they call it? Being on guard.
Do you want to like ready in action or?
Yeah, ready in action. Basically, ready to put a sword in anything that comes into my eye line.
Anything that gets close to you, you're gonna want to take a moment to attack. You know, you'll only get a single attack when that happens.
Unless it's something cute and fuzzy and big-eyed.
Like a hobbit.
Yes, if a random hobbit, adorable hobbit, is wandering around the inside of this diseased body, then yes.
Those books were way too advanced for him. All right, so you're readying in action. So you're readying in action. Anything that comes down that little gluey hallway is going to think. Well, you won't have to wait long, because about the time you see
those
something.
Duke boys. About the time those Duke boys were waiting around that hall. All right.
You see something. That noise keeps coming, and this big pink-looking slime comes around the corner, and you can see its pseudopods kind of coming out of it.
All right, so this is a bigger version of these, we think.
It could be, yeah, a bigger, and it looks like it's been maybe feeding on the thing because it has like a reddish pinkish hue as opposed to being translucent.
I got
So these might be the juveniles, and these are the adults.
All right, I'm gonna put a sword into it here.
All right, go for it.
All right.
Radiance sings with a willingness to stab and ooze.
Yeah.
24 is a hit.
I don't know what that was. There's like multiple rolls there. Sorry, that's 24. Okay, and again, I don't know why it's rolling multiple times there. I apologize.
Well,
And
also,
twice, so.
And also, all of those rolls are D8s.
The first
that's
one?
weird.
Even your to hit roll was a D8, but you still hit it. So.
All right, I will fix that.
So
Flashlight's playing with the macros.
So the first
All right.
D8 plus 17, was that damage or?
The last one was, yeah, the last three were damage. Whatever you'd like to choose for your damage.
So we'll go with the first one. So 22 points of damage as your slashes into it. Here's the thing: your radiance goes through it, and you definitely slash it. As far as you can tell, it's easy to hit. It doesn't have a shield or anything like that is bringing it up. But you basically make a slash in the creature, and it just re-knits. Now you're not knowing it's healing yourself. I mean, there are pieces of it that have fallen to the ground in front of it that it seems to want to try and like bring back up, but it doesn't seem to be. You think it's injured, but it's probably not taking how do I put this, as much damage as you hoped it would.
All right, I'm gonna take another 5-foot step back and call to Farina and Lothar to start moving the gang up north.
All right, you can't take a 5-foot step back because you used ready in action so that you can do the attack. So you got to stay there. In the meantime, two big pseudopods come wicking out at you.
I didn't get a surprise round.
Huh?
That wasn't a surprise round.
How do you surprise an ooze?
Okay.
Surprise!
Surprise! And then you throw yourself into it. All right, so first pseudopod, 24.
Nope.
Second pseudopod, natural twinzo, 27 to confirm.
Okay.
Does 27 hit you?
I actually no. I think you need a 29 these days.
Unconfirmed pseudopod hit. All right, so one of these pseudopods just reaches out and slaps you hard.
32 now. The shield. Okay.
19 points of bludgeoning, and as it pulls away, you feel another 6 points of acid damage as it begins, as the goo that got transferred to you from it during this pseudopod punch is now eating away at your flesh.
Did you say 19 points?
19 points of bludgeoning plus 6 acid.
So 25. Ow. I didn't heal myself either. I healed Fletcher. I didn't heal myself. So let's see, minus 25. That'd be 15.
Physician, heal thyself.
Remember to put the oxygen mask on yourself before attempting to help others.
Fair enough. I will remind Lothar and Frina that, I will. Big one's here.
Mama's home.
Maybe Frina, you can get a few shots in.
So did it look like, I can't see its health bar. You said, can I see from here like how it healed? You said the holes just sealed up less, but does it still look like it was hurt?
Yeah, you think that he injured it, but it's frankly it's got damage reduction, and it just it's an ooze, so it just sort of slaps back together when you slash it with something.
Ew.
All right, Lothar's turn.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to do Fateful Burst.
Okay.
So 31 points back to Flashheart.
Oh, thank you. Bless you, my son.
Oh,
And no, that's my line.
Oh, yeah.
And
Bless me, your father. Right.
yeah, exactly. And you can choose to roll twice and take the better result on a single attack, skill, or saving throw. And you have that ability to use it within the next 4 rounds.
Okay. Attack, skill, or saving throw.
Attack, skill, or excuse me, 3 rounds. I'm sorry, my charisma is only 16. So
Oh.
for the next
Well, that's worthless then.
for the next
Well, if you
3.
stand next to me, your charisma goes up too.
Oh, nice. So for the next 3 rounds, you can roll twice and take the better result on a single attack roll, skill check, or saving throw of your choice.
nice.
Is that true? Your charisma really goes up standing next to you, or did you just?
No,
make
I'm
that
just saying that attractive.
No, that attractive.
Yeah, that
just 'cause
attractive. That
he's got
yeah.
the Fabio hair
Yeah,
blowing in the
yeah.
wind. Makes
Delusions of a paladin.
I have this little wind cantrip that is constantly blowing gently.
makes
Usually
everybody
when
around him
somebody-
look better.
Less fortunate stands by those that are more fortunate in the looks department. They tend to look a little less attractive.
I don't know why you use the word less every 2 seconds with that description.
Yeah, so when I'm
starting to feel that one.
when I'm anywhere near Flashheart, I'm uglier apparently.
Your face has got character. Lothar's got character.
Went from a 16 to a 13.
Lothar's got 1,000 worry lines from a party making deals with demons every 5 minutes. It's like being president of the U.S. When he started this party, he had red hair. Now it's all fucking gray, and his face is weathered and wrinkled.
It's non-traditional beauty. Think of it.
Yeah, he looks 90 years old.
Look like Mark Anthony after 5 years of J-Lo, where he turns into Skeletor.
Exactly.
Like, did she suck on his life essence?
All right. Is that it for you, Lothar?
Yeah. Also, though, Fletcher, Storm, Farina, Otto, they all get that healing if they need it. Unfortunately, Gatto's just out of it. But
So if you don't need the healing, then
now, unfortunately, the description of Fateful Channel is anybody that I heal gets the additional benefit. So if I don't heal
I
you,
would have bit myself.
sorry, if I don't heal you, I don't think if you don't get any benefit from healing, I don't think you get the saving throw benefit.
Next time I'm going to start tearing at my skin like some crazy woman.
Farina's going to turn into a cutter just so she can get the +1.
After being in this house, I would be honest with you. If you guys don't come out of this with some severe psychological problems, I will be amazed. Because any normal person would. All right. So the ice spears. This creature, even though he hates that, he's not going to want to travel through. So he goes back into you can see him sort of like, slithering back up the thing. And he actually does go back into the musculature of the walls and seems to blend back in. So he leaves those ice scales pretty quickly. Gatto, what are you going to do? So just so you know what's going on, Bardos is closest to the doorway where there's another one of those like sphincter-like doors. It is closed almost to about 8 inches. You can see through it, Bardos can see through it. I don't know if he's alerted you guys. It's just more hallway, I think. That reddish sort of blood vessel-like hallway.
Stick your head in. You're muted, Don.
Don, you're muted, dude.
Back to us.
Still muted.
Not a good, that's what she said line.
Is it right here?
No, that's outside of the building there, Scott.
Move me into the door.
Okay.
Anybody
That's the
talk to
door.
him? How's he doing?
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
I haven't talked to him in quite a while. I don't see anything in front of me. I mean,
That's
like
because
black.
there's that sphincter doorway is there.
Well, I go in the sphincter.
Well, you got to pull it open. It's closed.
Okay,
It's
so-
closed. So the hole is only about 8 inches wide.
We come up with another,
So that's what I'm doing this round is pulling the sphincter open.
Let's call it a door.
Okay, you got to pull the door open. So give me a strength check.
Only 8 inches wide. Only.
Only.
all gaseous cloud releases as you open the sphincter.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, pretty much this map is bad touching me everywhere.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Okay, yeah. So you get it open enough that you wouldn't be able to walk through the door, but you could probably sort of squeeze yourself through if you wanted to do that.
I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, and you find yourself in one of those. They're similar to the hallways that you've used before. They're very sort of artery-like. Rubbery walls, circular, kind of generally in nature. They're kind of like a passageway. So you kind of just slither through there. You probably move another 15 feet or so.
It's pitch black where I'm in. I'm not seeing any light source.
Do you have dark vision?
I have low light vision.
You should be able to see.
I cannot.
Really?
I'm lying to you. No, I can't see.
How about now?
You see it.
I can
You
see it now.
should be able to. The controls look right. Let me,
Okay, yes, I do. I do
okay.
now.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's just it sort of turns off to the left a little bit.
Right. Okay. So
Okay.
that's where I'm at.
All right, cool. Farina.
Rena's gonna try another glob of ice. She's gonna blow one more spell. Do I need to move? I guess a 5-foot step will do it. Right here.
Well, it depends on who you're shooting it at.
This one, right?
Oh, okay.
there.
Not Gato.
Not Gato.
He doesn't see Gato.
Not
Yeah,
Flash.
Gato took off.
Otherwise, she would have hit Gato.
Imagine that.
So that's another DC 14 for you.
Okay. And let's see. I need a 19 or better. Nope, did not get it. Close though for that
Nice.
-5. So yeah, so it's the same thing, right? It's are you doing that same ice spears?
Yep.
All right. So that comes up here. Paste. And I'm assuming like right about there.
That's it.
Okay. Boom. So it takes 16 points.
Yeah, and that was yep, and that was a 5-foot step, so I could see it. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna send Otto ahead.
Oop, sorry. Hold on a second.
What? It broke free.
Well, this one seems to be responding, I don't want to say differently because it's definitely not happy with this, but it also seems to have the sort of physical wherewithal that it's kind of instead of retreating, it's still slipping through it slowly, but yeah,
Does-
it definitely took the damage.
It did take damage though.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
yeah. There's you can see spikes, the spikes of the spears sort of sticking through the body, and it's sort of like retracting from around them and then moving through them again to sort of get around. But yeah, no, you definitely stuck it with several of these ice spears.
I'm gonna tell Flashheart I don't have enough spells to slow this thing down, so I'm out of here on my next turn.
Yep, that's fine. Well, my concern is if I'm out of here, though, I'm afraid I'd leave you to its tender. I guess it depends on when it goes, when its turn is. What's its okay, yeah, it goes after me. So
Okay, is that it for you, Farina?
Yep.
Bardos. So you saw Fletcher sort of like pull the thing. He probably got it to about just a little less than 2 feet wide, and he just sort of like jump through, and then is moving through the hallway. You sort of turn a corner. He's probably allied with Nazarius and is trying to go get the stuff and deliver you guys to him. Some sort of traitorous kind of thing.
Is the door open still?
Well, it's open enough where you can slither through, but it will cost you two squares to get through that square.
Okay, I'm gonna move just to here so I can kind of look at both directions.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and take and you're gonna squeeze through as well?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you see Gatto there. I mean, Gatto, do you say anything?
Boo.
He's not there now. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. All right. So yeah, you find yourself in one of these sort of blood vessel like hallways. Give me a quick perception check. You two got it.
Hey, let's go. We're still going this way, right?
Yeah, well, let's wait for everybody to get caught up to us. Don't get too far out ahead.
We're 40 feet away from them.
Gatto, give me a perception check. 29. Okay, both of you, as you guys are moving through there, Bartos turns the corner and Gatto looks back and says, "Hey, come on, we're going." And Bartos is like, "No, they're still back there." And he's like, "They're coming. Don't worry about it." And then you guys both hear it at the same time from up ahead. You hear like a strange burbling sound that, as you look and you listen, it begins to sound like words, but it's like. And it's just constantly going on. It's not super loud, but you can definitely hear it. And it's just nonstop. You can't recognize it as a particular language or individual words or anything like that. But it's constant.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. All right. And Bartos, you do anything else, or is that it for you?
I don't want to get ahead of Gatto, so I'm going to stay put.
Okay. Illinois.
Actually, I'll just touch Gatto real quick and give him. What can I give you? I'll give him
common sense.
That's too high level spell for him.
Plus 3 to natural armor class to Gatto.
Ooh, nice. What did you give him, like bark skin or something?
No, it's a augment. It's from my arcane school, enhancement school. Don, you can take natural armor, right? You don't have anything that's already. Oh, you're muted again.
He's not.
I'm
here.
back. I'm back.
Yeah. Can you take natural armor, or do you already have something that's got it?
I'm looking. I've got an amulet that gives me natural armor.
Okay, then instead I'll give you a +4 to your dexterity then. For 5 rounds.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, you don't have an item that already does that.
What's that?
So as long as he doesn't have an item that already does that.
I do. What's
it's a +4 enhancement bonus.
Yes,
the natural armor? What was it? A plus of what? 4?
+3.
Okay, so it will give me an additional 1 because I've only got +2 natural armor thing.
Okay, well, I'll do that then, and you'll have that for 5 rounds.
5 rounds, okay.
An extra plus on your armor class. Bardos the buffer, excellent. All right, Illinois.
Storm's gonna call the Flash Heart and say, "Do you want me to hold the line so you can bring these people up, or do you want me to go?"
Or was the dragon speaking to me personally?
Ouch!
You were right on top of it.
You were ready, man.
That
I
was
was ready.
That was like just doing the no look pass. Yes, that would be great. So Les, if I take a whack and then I can run, right? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you answer Storm though?
I said,
She said, "Do you want me to come there, or do you want me to go?"
you hold the line. Let's see. No, I guess you're gonna have to come here. Where's Storm? Yeah.
She's
Storm's
not
only
too far
about-
from you.
No, I see where she is,
behind
but I'm just wondering where she's in initiative. I don't see her. Oh, she
Like
goes
right
right
now.
darkness.
Right now.
I would say you come to me, that way you can block for Farina,
Okay.
and then
All right.
I'll start.
She's gonna move down to there, and just
So make
she's
sure
done.
I'm clear. I can go this way.
You can
people
go
don't-
through her space.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
She will let you through. She won't let anything else
Okay.
through.
All right. Does she have reach? Could she attack right there?
She cannot.
Okay.
So, but she's fine there.
We
And
need a
then-
dragon with a pole arm.
And then Illandar.
Sorry, a what with a pole arm?
All right.
Okay, Illandar is going up next to Bardo and kind of
Okay.
scoot next to him and say, "What do you see, man? What's around the corner?"
Well, so as you kind of think, and you hear Bardos like, shh, and then you can hear that sort of like, kind of like this droning, sort of burbling. Well, I mean, they're words. You're pretty sure somebody is saying something, but it's gibberish as far as you can tell. I mean, it's no language you've ever heard. It's definitely, it sounds like words, and it's actually, so it's not loud.
Would a linguistics check help me kind of make sense of it?
Maybe.
I'm gonna try that.
Okay. 23. Yeah, as far as you can tell, it's no language that you've ever heard. You're not.
I think it is a language, though.
You think maybe it's a language, but if it is, it's not like no language that you're familiar with.
Okay, all right.
The other thing is the sound. Like I said, it's quiet. It's not quiet, but I mean you can easily hear it. It's not loud, but it's this is going to sound stupid, but it's big, right? So have you ever been close to a really powerful speaker that's turned way down, where you can sort of hear it, and it has that big sound, but it's low?
Gotcha. Okay.
It's kind of like that. So is the noise. You can hear it, but it's like a big speaker, a really big speaker turned low.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's all for Illandar.
Lecture.
That frickin' 1, 2, put it, sing it. What's up here? Oh!
So Fletcher, what do you just like throw yourself through the thing and just like throw people out of the way?
Yeah, pretty much. I just go right past everybody, pissed off.
Okay.
I now can't see anything, Les.
Why can't you see anything? That's so weird. Hold on a second. Let me check the dynamic. You definitely should be able to see something. So hold on a second. Let me fix that for you.
Not the dang thing.
All right, so Fletcher comes ripping by. How about now? Can you see something now?
Nope.
This is so fun. How about now?
How about
Like an optometrist. Is this one?
Now I see something.
Okay. All right. So those of you in the hallway, you guys are all like sort of in there, and Fletcher comes ripping by, and he's like, "Get out of the way! I'm sick of this place. I'm gonna kill these guys. I'm sick of it." And he's just like pushing you guys out of the way as he passes through, and he's just running forward. Even you, Gato, are like, "That's bold move, motherfucker." But
he can go. Yep.
yeah, and I mean, but he's, he is, he's angry. He's raging. Illandar and Bardos, give me a quick perception check. Okay. All right, Bardos, is that your 26?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me send this to you. I'm gonna send you a massage. And I'm sending Illandar one as well, just so you guys know. All right then. All right. So Fletcher, yeah, you sort of stumble into that room and you're just like, what the what? And this here is where that burbling noise is coming out. You see those enormous lips just kind of like, and he's doing this sort of like weird chanting language. Is that as far as you can go?
That was one move.
That was one move. All right. What are you going to do?
Is he, I can't tell because of his size, is he within reach to attack?
Well, kind of. So basically you find yourself in a probably one of the largest rooms that you've been in. This is a pretty big room. It's made of some sort of different kind of tissue, organ tissue. There's a lot of veins in the floor and on the walls and stuff. This thing is embedded in the floor, and it's enormous. So it's like his, you know, if you're on the floor, it's like the face and part of the top of the neck and stuff like that is sort of like coming out of the floor a little bit, but it's like the rest of him is buried in the flesh of the floor. And he's just like, and his eyes are sort of like open. They don't have any pupils; they're just pure white, and they're sort of, you can see them, the muscles around his eyes kind of going. He's looking back and forth. There are like these weird sort of crusty ass teeth that look a little bit like anglerfish teeth in his mouth. And he's just a very strange looking dude. In some cases, part of the floor is piercing through his exposed flesh, and you can see it. It's like he's blended into the building.
Is he? So I think that I could attack it.
Sure. I mean, he's enormous, and he's right there. I mean, he's like embedded in the floor.
Then I attack it.
Okay, so you just run in there and you just like, kapow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's
He
see
gets
if it
one
looks.
swing.
Did you roll a 38? Well, he's effectively armor class 10, so yeah, that just varies. Where are you standing?
Right where I'm standing.
Well,
Do you
can't
have
move
reach?
there.
Well, I'm wondering whether he's in this square because part of his picture is there. That's why I was
No.
Oh yeah, no, that's part of his like neck. I mean,
So I can't attack him.
yeah, no, you can't attack him through the doorway.
Okay.
Sorry.
So is there anything special about the ground here? It looks like.
Well, it's just fleshy, right? So like a lot of the places in this thing, it's just like this weird sort of like fleshy kind of stuff. It has like a lot of obvious veins and stuff pulsing through it. But other than that, it seems solid enough.
Then I will move there and I will crouch down and I will say, "You die next turn."
You die next turn, you piece of crap. You big stupid embedded guy. All right, cool. Flashheart.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, I'm making my swing, and then I'm gonna move on back.
All right.
26.
That's a hit.
You rolled the right dice this time.
Nice. It's
All
a
right, so
big plus.
Excuse me.
20 for damage.
20 points of damage. Again, the sword passing through it does not seem to do as much damage as you'd hoped, but it does some. I mean, you could definitely see that it did not like that. The kind of thing it like cringes back from the slash kind of thing. But again, it starts to reknit itself almost immediately. It does seem to be dropping pieces off of itself into the ice, though.
Okay. I think this is about as far as I can go.
All right. This creature is going to ooze past the ice up to Storm, and it is going to try and hit him with a couple of pseudopods. First
Give me
pseudopod,
1 Storm.
it's a miss. Second pseudopod, also a miss. As Storm is adept at dodging these ooze pseudopods. It seems to be outgassing a fair amount of goo too onto the floor. Storm, give me a perception check.
Does it keep taking damage from the ice because it's still there?
I don't know that it would.
Okay.
Maybe it would. It's kind of like moving around. It sort of has, so the ice spears come up and pierce it, and it's sort of like split itself, pull back, and now it's moving through the spears.
Okay.
So the Storm, did you give me a, is Mike there? It's not there. Flashheart, give me a perception, or Farina, you're in a position, give me a perception check.
I think my nat 20 perception lets me be that perceptive like for the rest of the game, right?
The rest of the-
Yeah, it's persistent perception, we call it.
Farina's the uber perceptor.
Jesus, look at that thing. So yeah, so
Mike's back.
Farina,
I'm back.
you're pretty sure it doesn't matter now, Mike. The game is ruined.
Too late.
Farina, you think you're pretty sure that there's another one squeezing in behind this way.
Another one of these big things?
Yeah. that's coming through. All right, Flashheart, you did your slash Lothar. Flashheart's right there, and he's like, "Come on, let's go. Let's leave Storm. Storm's a dragon. He can figure this out."
Ouch.
That's not what I said. It's like, let's back everybody up. Hold the line. Farina needs to go next.
Lothar's like, "Fuck on my own."
No, the Lothar was told to to evacuate this area.
That's a good point.
So he's going to move up to, that's a double move. So to his fullest extent is to get to the doorway. And then next round, I'll move through the doorway.
Okay, sounds good. Gato. You
Well,
just saw Fletcher come running by, and
He
he went
passed
in
me,
there.
so I'm gonna go follow him.
Okay, you can hear Fletcher going, "Your ass is grass next round."
What the hell?
So yeah, it's basically a giant face embedded in the floor, and you
I
come
run
in
up
there,
here and I
it's-
say to Fletcher, what in the abyss is that thing?
No, but it's going to be dead in a second.
and it's well, so the big face is you can see it's the what's making the noise, and it's like the lips are making that it's making that noise.
Do we need to kill it? And is that a good idea?
I want to kill it. I don't care if I need to kill it.
Yeah. Suck it, haters.
Okay. I'm done.
All right, that's it for you. Frida, you're up next.
Boop, 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 boop.
Moving all kinds of stuff around here. I got 3 screens. I need more. I need more screens for all my shit. All right, so Frida, you're there. Are you skedaddling?
Yep.
All right, Storm. Looks like they've abandoned you in your hour of need, my friend. Okay, what about Otto?
That's her job.
Otto's right behind me. I'll pull him up a few feet. He's sticking
Okay.
with me.
Is that it for you?
Yep.
All right. Let me see if I can find the thing. All right. So. Okay. You see it? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You just pop it. Just let me know when, and we'll cancel. All right. That was Farina. Barnos.
Okay, I'll move forward 10, 20. That gets me to 30. That's one movement.
Mm-hmm.
The big tentacle thing in the doorway, is that just graphics? That's nothing really.
This thing right here. Yeah, that's just a big vein
Okay.
in the floor.
So holy shit, this thing is huge.
Yes.
But it has not done anything yet. And you're not sure it can do anything. It's just embedded in the floor, and you can see it's like part of its face is just like sticking out of the floor like this, and it's going, and its eyes are moving back and forth. The eyes are white; they don't have any pupils, so you're not sure if you can even see, let alone look at people. But it doesn't seem to be indicating any sort of intelligence. And like Ilindar said, he can't determine if that's a language. It's no language he's never heard of.
Is this like a giant lich's phylactery, or what is this?
Is it possible it's the head of the creature? Is it?
I thought it was like a turtle.
It looks like it's embedded. I don't know. It looks. I don't know. It looks.
Could it be the head of the tower that got stuck into it?
Give me a knowledge plane. Well, give me a knowledge planes. Or knowledge arcana would be even better.
I think this might be a Call of Cthulhu sanity check, actually. You might want to.
38 less.
38. So as you look at this thing, what it's reminiscent of is like if somebody teleported and made a mistake and ended up embedded into another creature accidentally because of a really bad teleportation mistake.
I think this is a transporter accident.
It could be a transporter accident. Give me a perception. 19. You also see there's more room, more of the room on the other side of this creature, but to go, and you see something over in this part of the room. You see that right there?
Yeah, I do.
It looks like some sort of maybe wood, like a rack, but it's not like, It's reminiscent of the kind of rack that you might dry meat onto. It's not a weapons rack or a shelf or anything like that. It's more like well, frankly, it's more like a torture rack.
Okay, and this thing, is that like a construct?
That thing there is laying on the ground next to the rack. You can't really get a good look at it from where you are.
Okay, can you walk around, like, could I get to that rack from where I'm at without stepping on this thing?
You'd have to step on the thing. You wouldn't necessarily have to step on its face, but you'd have to step on, at the very least, you'd have to step on this part right here.
Can I kind of waft through its hair at the top?
You could, sure.
Want to?
It doesn't come it doesn't come very far out of the thing. Maybe at its tallest point, like the nose is probably 2 feet high. So, I mean, it's pretty well embedded. The rest of the face is probably the cheeks, and the forehead are probably about a foot out of the floor. So it's not like a huge mound of face. You could probably walk over it pretty easily. What happens when you walk over it? I don't know. I mean, I do, but.
Okay, so with this thing you said about Fletcher is, I mean, this is new, right? You were serious about him bleeding? Is that?
It's new to you.
Does he look like he knows that he's bleeding?
Doesn't seem to be paying any sort of attention to it.
And do I have a constant enchantment thing, Les, that detects enchantment or curses or any of that kind of stuff? Alterations, curses, petrification.
It's not going on for this.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
He's just probably really angry. You know, sometimes you get really angry and you burst a blood vessel.
Flames coming out the side of my head.
I'm gonna move into the room a little bit, and
Okay.
I'm gonna yell out. Well, I'm not gonna yell. Actually, I'm gonna just speak so that I think it's loud enough for them to hear, and tell Fletcher and Gatto to hold on until the rest of the party is here before they do anything.
Fletcher, how do you respond to that? Gatto, how do you respond to that?
Yeah.
Or do you?
I bet they respond differently.
All
No,
right,
he dies.
Bartos, is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Ilindar. So yeah, Fletcher yells out, "No, it dies! It has to die!"
So Illindar would be coming right behind him and then doing the, obligatory, holy crap.
Yeah, we all do.
So that's it for Illindar.
Gatto's like, I know, right?
That's the rest of Illindar's turn, is just like starting to disbelief at it.
Ilindar goes to Bartos. What happened here? And Bartos is like, teleporter accident.
Yeah. And then Storm, what happened? Did that creature come up and attack Storm last round?
It did. It missed both times.
Okay.
It had it extended 2 pseudopods to try and get at him.
Okay. It can't.
It can't get past you.
It can't get past. Okay, she'll stay right
Yeah.
where she's at if it can't get past her.
It can't get past you, but it can attack.
If that was more blocking, then she would have took a 5-foot step to there.
Okay.
And then she's just gonna attack it.
Okay.
I think she can start taking it back too. I don't think she has to stay there for the rest of the party is this way.
She's only attacking until she knows there's no one behind her, and then she's coming.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So yeah, everything hits. But in this case, I'm going to need you. So that's 5 attacks, right? Bite, 2 claws, 2 wing buffets, right?
Yep.
5 attacks. All right. So they all hit. I'm going to tally up the damage, but I need you to make 5 reflex saves.
Clicked in.
But that's what Tiggers do best.
This one's just kind of average, but 1, 2,
5 less.
3,
5, yeah.
Extra credit for a nat 20.
4,
Give me a 1.
5.
All right. He continues to shiver off pieces of this creature as she lays into him with these attacks. What she does is the creature exudes this goo, right? And the goo gets on her and she's like shaking it off of her because it begins to burn. It's acidic. So when he starts to feel that burning sensation, he's flicking it off with snaps of skin, how horses move under their skin like devils do.
So did you add up all the damage?
I'm adding up right here. So
Okay. That's it for Ilindar and Storm.
128, 123. Sorry.
Sure.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
123. So it's good. I mean, it's a lot of damage, but again, it doesn't seem to be delivering a lot the kind of thing, because it just seems
It's absorbing some of it.
Huh? Yeah, it's
absorbing some of it.
Done a great deal of damage to it. It's pretty discombobulated, but still there. Now it's you can see that it's breaking apart and falling to the ground, and this sort of like big globs of it seem to be falling off. It's discombobulated, but there's one behind it that is sort of hoovering up pieces of the one that Storm is tearing up, and it's just sort of hoovering those pieces up into its body as it moves forward over the detritus.
Nice.
She's gonna free action. She's gonna call back to Flashheart. Yell when you want me to join you.
I want you to join me.
All
right.
When you get out of the room, I guess.
Yeah. I will. Right. I'm going to make an exit, but I want to make sure Storm's okay.
All right. Is that it for Storm?
Yep.
Fletcher.
Die, and he pounces.
Okay, so he leaps into the air and just dives onto this thing. So is he going to jump on the face, or is he going to just off to the side?
To attack it.
Okay, well, yeah, you can walk right. I mean, you just jump right up to it, but you could also jump on it if you wanted to.
Nope, just wants to attack it.
Okay.
Attack 1.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll hit it. Ooh, boom. All right, so you, so your sword just buries into it, and it's like, no blood comes out. There's this big slash sort of in its like scalp area where you buried a thing. You sort of like drag your sword out of it and prepare for another strike. And you look down and it's just basically sort of opened up. And inside the flesh isn't red or anything. It's sort of like these white globules that are sort of all sort of coming together. And you've essentially just sawn through it and it just stays open. So there's like this big slash in it that like right here that's sort of just like opened up, and you can see this sort of white sort of they look like globules which are all sort of together, which may be what its flesh consists of, and all these globules sort of put together, but there's no blood, there doesn't seem to be anything in there, and it doesn't really react. It's just like
so it doesn't stop. A beanbag chair.
Yeah, kind of, only bigger and sort of squishier.
Okay. Second attack. Yeah, let's make this hole bigger.
Okay.
38.
That's a hit. Just come! Sorry.
39 damage.
39 damage. Yeah, I mean, it gets a lot bigger, and you're essentially just sort of slashing it open.
30.
Yeah, that's another hit.
45 damage.
Yeah. So how much is the total? 91 and 138. So yeah, so you've basically cut a big slice of it open, like right here. And again, though, it's not bloody. There's a little bit of where you've punctured some of these white globules. They're about the size of a softball, and they're all sort of touched together. Where you've punctured a couple, they just sort of evaporate into into sort of like a watery liquid that just sort of flows downward. But again, it doesn't do anything.
Les, does it have a health bar?
It does not have a health bar.
Fletcher will bite one of the globules.
Okay.
130 points worth of damage.
That's correct.
You want me to roll an attack or just say that he bit it?
Go ahead and roll attack. You can always miss.
It depends on its armor.
So are you just like putting your face in there, or are you ripping a globule out and biting it like that? Like
No, face in.
Face in. Okay, you're burying your face into the slash that you've opened up. Yeah, I mean, you get your teeth around it, and once you begin to squeeze, it sort of explodes. And give me a quick sort of Constitution save.
I thought last week was going to be what made me ill queasy now. Watching Fletcher bite into a giant zombie head.
So fortitude save, Les?
Yeah. $22. You so the next so Gato, you and Bartos and Illidar are watching Fletcher. You're like, the hell is he doing? And you see him, he's like slashing away at this thing. He opens up this big rent in the thing's forehead, side of his head. And then he's like, ah! And he just like throws his face in there, and you see him come back up. He's got like this white softball-sized tumor-looking thing in his mouth. And he closes his mouth, and the thing just goes pop like a water balloon. And so his mouth is all covered with this like, I mean, it's clear like fluid, and then you see him just like make this face, and he's like, ah! And he's spitting it out onto the floor and screaming in anger. He's like, ah, you taste terrible. Ah,
What was the point of that, Dan? I'm sorry.
Fletcher just likes biting things.
Does now. He didn't used to.
Yeah, this is. We take you to a specialist and if you need some ointments.
All right, so is that it for you, Fletcher? I mean, or is there other disgusting things that you want to do?
Nope.
Okay.
Ready for round two.
Ready for round two.
Parts
You see him bring that sword back up. I think Jennifer made a good point. This does not have a health bar. So it may not be able to be killed in the normal way. Flashlight, you're up though.
Say Fletcher says challenge accepted.
Yeah. All right. Flesh already measured the distance, so Storm, let's retreat up the hill, up the passage, the sphincter, whatever.
Hey,
Esophagus.
she'll say she's right behind you.
Okay, so is that your full move, or are you going to run past Farina and just run in there? And
That's a double move for me.
that's a double move. All right.
Well, Paladin and plate armor with
Yeah,
the
Paladin
plus
heavy
dex.
armor doesn't move very fast.
Yeah, with that
Okay.
+1 dex. Yeah.
All right.
Did I mention how
Storm.
pretty I am instead?
I've heard tales. Storm, this thing is going to try and pseudopod you. 15, that's a big no. Second one, 21, also a big no. It just can't seem, you've done a lot of damage to it. Pieces are still like globs of it are still falling off onto the ground. And this one is beginning to sort of roll over it and pick up those pieces and incorporate them into its own body, but it's still not close enough. This one still has enough mass that it's sort of blocking the way. So this one is almost sort of beginning to digest the other one as it moves closer to you.
Ooh, nice.
Lothar.
I'm going to move. Let's see.
You can hear Fletcher in the distance going apeshit.
That seems to be a thing now. Why can't I? Oh, duh. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And the obligatory, what the?
And Kato's like, I know, right?
I know, right? Oh, shit, where'd my bird go? Okay. And then Siggy is with me, And in bird language, C says, "What the?"
What the?
Well, so you go in there, and Ilindar and Bartos are sort of clustering around, and Gatto's sort of standing in the corner. And everybody's looking at Fletcher, and Fletcher he's covered now in this like wall. It looks like he's spilled like some water on him, and there's blood on his face, and he has. There looks to be a huge rent in the creature's like forehead, side of his head, and Fletcher is looking like he's rearing around with that greatsword, like he's gonna chop some more into that.
Maybe you want to check him for vampirism or something.
Maybe he's just hungry. I think he's trying to eat the thing.
Oh, Fletcher's behavior is concerning, obviously, but there's not anything I can do about it at the moment.
So Lothar, give me a perception check. Your vantage point may give you certain sight. 24, yeah. So you see over here like this big sort of like weird meat drying looking rack. But on the opposite side of it is an enormous 15-foot, and it's just laying on the ground. And it looks like, at first you think it might be like a mummy or some sort, but it's weirdly proportioned and it's just laying there. You can also see other mummy-like creatures, some big, some small, and one really sort of big head creature sort of just lying on the floor of this room.
Well, the one that you highlighted out here, I can't see.
This one here?
Yeah, so if I'm
Okay.
supposed to, hang on a second. Well, I'm human, so whatever light source I'm dealing with, I might not be able to see it anyway.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. So I'm going to stop here, take a moment to watch what Fletcher's doing, and wait until the paladin gets here.
Fletcher's going apeshit. He looks like he's rearing back, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. He looks like he's rearing back to slash at the forehead again with his sword, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is where we're gonna have like a little side conversation where we're watching Fletcher do this. So you can say, "What do you think is wrong with him?" And Fletcher's gonna be like, "I'm gonna go with a lot."
That's a lot.
Nice.
So I am putting away my elven blade. I am
Okay.
getting the hammer out and carrying it in my right hand. And I'm also reaching into my bag and pulling out a small vial, kind of working the cork halfway open, not completely, but I can flick it the rest of the way open with my thumb. So, and that is it for my turn this round.
Okay. Did you
I haven't done the thing yet.
You just flick the bottle.
Well, no, I've got the cork ready. I haven't popped it the rest of the way.
Okay. And that's the dihydrogen serum, right?
Yes.
Obviously.
The moment is right. The stars have aligned.
All right, cool. Farina.
Imagine that. Gatto has done something cryptic and largely unhelpful.
It's very helpful.
What?
Gatto.
Gatto.
Yeah, there's the obligatory what the.
Go ahead and say it.
I did. What the? And Otto goes, "Meow."
Which is cat, by the way, for what the?
What the?
So I'm gonna
We have our episode title.
lean over to Bardos and say, how's our friend Fletcher doing over there? And then I'm also gonna ask, why isn't this thing bleeding with the giant hole in its face?
No idea.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make it bigger.
Well, I guess she's gonna set her longbow in front of her and kind of rest her arms on it with her head cocked and watch the action.
So everybody's just sort of standing around in the doorway watching Fletcher chop and bite the.
I think we need to get to the other side. There's stuff going on over there. Maybe we can figure out what the hell this thing is over there.
I'm not going over there by myself. I'll wait until we all start moving over there.
I can dimension door us over, some of us.
Sounds good.
You can just walk right over his face if you want.
Yeah.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
I'm going to ask if anybody just tried to detect whether this is an illusion or, I mean, once it's an illusion, I guess you'd be rolling though, wouldn't you? What the hell could it be? You'd have us rolling for.
Fletcher's been attacking it. It doesn't seem to be an illusion to him.
Well, yeah, you all kind of see it. I mean, it's right there, and Fletcher's been chopping holes in it and biting it just disgustingly. But
So it's like an inanimate object. It's like a door.
well,
right?
it's moving. I mean, it's making noise. It's the mouth is like going, it's talking, but it's in no language. It's unintelligible as far as you can tell.
I don't have detect magic. Who's got detect magic in here?
I do it automatically.
So is this thing magical? Is it a magical creation?
Farina, are you done with your turn?
I'm just asking. I'm just talking to Bardos. That's my turn. So yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So when you bring detect magic around, you're not always paying attention to it, but when you bring detect magic on this thing radiates a significant amount of transformation magic. The face does. But there is also magical fields, strong magical fields, at least one, maybe more, that are coming from inside its mouth.
Okay,
That are
I'll relay
separate.
that.
That are separate from the thing. There are also magical fields. What do you got? 60-foot radius, right? You could do 60 feet.
60-foot cone, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out, "Hey Fletcher, start hacking its jaw apart." And then I'm gonna,
Yes.
then I'm gonna whisper to Bardos, "Watch, he'll do it."
She'll do it.
All right. So you also detect magical fields, in some cases, very strong magical fields, due west of you, and then also this thing here, this weird mummy thing, also radiates necromancy magic.
Okay, I'll let everybody know that skeleton on the ground, the weird looking one, might be animated somehow.
Sano, let's just see who's here. This would be such a party for him.
All right, so that's the detect magic. Bardos, it's your turn. Is there anything that you want to do? I don't know, throw yourself into the creature's mouth or something like that?
Well, I was thinking about dimension and dooring over to the other side, but I think given the amount of magic over there, I'm going to hold off on that.
Okay.
And watch the show, the Fletcher show.
The Fletcher show? All right. Illidar, what about you?
Let's do the bottom first. Storm's gonna take one attack at this thing,
Okay.
and then gonna move one movement up towards
Bail out.
yeah, bailing out.
Single attack, bite for 34 points of damage. That is a hit. And it looks like it's probably enough to completely disorganize, for lack of a better term, or discombobulate the first one. But the other one sort of continues to sort of absorb the disparate pieces of the first one and continues to move forward.
Okay. And then she takes one movement and gets to there.
Okay. All right. Fletcher, you're the center of attention, my man.
And Illidar's, yeah, Illidar's not doing anything.
Oh, sorry. What's Illidar?
That's
Illidar's
fine.
just, you're
He's
gonna go
literally
back to
just, yeah, in shock. Between the big face and then Fletcher, yeah, he's just
Fletcher's just like
going, wow. Okay.
like this big face said something really personal.
Yeah, to be honest, he's a little hesitant to step in the room, so he's just staying right there. And just,
You guys should totally get in front of him.
so
It's Fletcher's turn.
He yells out, "Shut up!" and lands there and
It jumps on top of the face and does what to the
pounces. So full attack.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta do the math. Boom, boom. All right. First attack. 45.
Oh yeah, your sword slams down into the creature's face.
41 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack. Do I notice anything happening?
Well,
Just
you do
more
another
damage.
slash sort of in his lip and you know, a couple of those like sort of dagger shaped teeth go falling down. So give me a quick perception check first.
All right, hold on.
The 44 will
Second
hit.
attack does another
Yeah.
41.
Okay.
And here's the perception.
Farina's gonna yell out, "Go for the jaw! Go for the jaw!"
As you're looking down and attacking, you can see that the mouth goes down a fair amount, like inside the mouth, like in the mouth goes down probably 15 feet at least, maybe more. And you can also see that there are inside, probably the first one is at like probably 10 feet, another one, another 5 feet below that. And there might be another one below that at 20 feet. They're what I call uvulaic shelvings kind of thing, where there's like pieces of flesh, of the creature's flesh, this whitish kind of crap that sort of stick out a little bit. And there are things on the second one down. One that looks like a big, sort of like 4 foot by 4 foot plate of iron. It looks like it has some engravings on it. And then another thing that's much smaller, but it's sort of laying off to the side, which looks like a green, well, it looks like a golden sort of plate, like a dinner plate size, but it has sort of this weird green sort of sculpture or something that looks attached to it. It seems to be some sort of like a shape of an animal.
And the hole I opened would enable me or someone to go down there.
Well, it's his mouth, yeah. So his mouth is like easily 5 feet across, almost more. And so you're sort of slashing, sort of like I'm envisioning, sort of like right here and right here, where you're just making these big sort of incisions. And some of them are going through the lip and through the teeth, but all it does is sort of like open up that hole a little bit more. It's still trying to make that burble. I mean, it's still making that sort of burbling chanting, but it's like you've disrupted it. So now the words are like, you know, as it's because part of its lips are now gone, and it's missing a few of its like anglerfish looking teeth.
So I've got one more attack.
Okay. You gonna put it directly across the mouth or like on the nose or something?
Or in the jaw area, right beneath me, right here.
All right. So like
Taking out all the teeth.
Huh?
Ask Fletcher if he's taking off all the teeth.
You guys are just encouraging him at this point. Take out the teeth, Fletcher. All right, yeah, so big another slash. Again, it opens up and it sort of opens a rent and you can see these globules inside. Those areas where you get in the jaw, it's a little thinner and there are some bone structures underneath there. But, you know, as you look down into the mouth, it just goes straight down into this like sort of whitish, fleshy tube that's almost, it's not like a regular mouth that sort of goes back and you know, goes down into some sort of digestive tract. This one goes straight back, like what will be into the back of his head and out. But it goes down at least 20 feet, maybe deeper.
So I yell out, damn it, I can't kill it, but I've opened up a freaking hole in it and there's stuff inside.
Okay. You want to bite him again?
No, I don't think so this time. I didn't like the taste of that last time.
All right. Okay, that's Fletcher. He's just like slashing away at this creature. Flashheart, what do you do?
All right, now that I know Storm is safely behind me, still coming this way, I'm gonna run to the room. Guys, these things are, whoa, what the?
What is that thing?
Okay, you don't see that every day.
Well, Fletcher's standing on top of it, and
I come to rest next to Lothar here. So what are we looking at here?
As a
I've
free action,
never ever been in an encounter where the party stands and just watches this guy with like
as a free action, I want to ask Flashheart to detect evil on this thing.
what, Fletcher or the thing?
No, well, yeah, on the whole thing, and if Fletcher lights up, let me know.
I'm gonna guess that this is not gonna be good, but I will detect evil on it. Les?
oh, so what's the range on that?
60
Oh, I
feet.
think it's line of sight.
60?
Yeah,
All right, so
I think it's line of sight, isn't it, for me?
so the
60
head,
feet. It's 60 feet.
Okay.
the
you,
face, the talking face that Fletcher is slashing away at and making these big rents in is not evil. Fletcher, as far as you can tell, is also not evil. However, you feel substantial evil inside the head or down below the face. And there's also some substantial evil over on the other side of the face, over that way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and when I say substantial evil, I mean, consider the context. You're in a demon city.
Yeah.
So this sort of stands out.
I'm gonna like Lothar, this whole room, but specifically his head is radiating like a 12 on the 10 scale here. So How long has he been doing that on that face?
Couple of rounds. Everybody's like, stop, Fletcher. No, don't. Everybody's waiting to see what the next shoe drops. All right, so Flashheart, you run in there. Do you have any more run, or do you want to do anything else? But yeah, so you detect evil. It's not Fletcher. It's not the face. Is not evil, but there's something inside it that radiates.
Yeah, I will at least attempt to speak to Fletcher in the words, "Hey, Fletcher, just so you know, there's something really, really evil inside that head that you're digging into there. I don't know if this is good or bad for you, but I just want to give you a heads up."
Do you want me to kill it?
Well, I'm not sure you can kill it again, maybe, but I'm pretty sure it's undead that I'm looking at here. But
The face? Are you talking about the face?
yeah,
It
No,
doesn't.
it's just
It doesn't give off an undead vibe.
Get the stuff in the hole in the mouth.
Oh, something over here.
okay. Well, I know for sure
You
that
said
I can't see that yet.
down in here, Les, was radiating evil.
Yeah, and then over in this direction.
And then over here.
No, not over here. No evil over here.
Oh,
Only good. Nothing. No evil over here.
Over here is
Yeah.
more evil.
I'm
Gotcha.
guessing that green looking thing is the thing that what's his face wants.
Well, there was a couple things in the mouth that Les described that sounded like a plate and it sounded like what he described earlier.
statue or something.
Oh, a statue of a statue.
Oh no, it was a plate of metal and
A dinner plate size.
Isn't that the thing we're looking for?
This thing is
that-
like it got a 10-foot radius on it.
Isn't the dinner plate one of the magic items? What's his face is looking for?
Yeah,
Or it was.
Would be assassin.
and a squid like statue or a statue with
Tentacles.
All right.
tentacles. Thank you.
Sounds like you're onto something, Fletcher. Continue. Can we
Anybody
summon
got food? Beef
Hey, can we
jerky?
summon furniture up in here? Is there any sort of sitting surfaces?
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Summon popcorn.
All right, so is that it for you, Flashheart?
Yes, I'm trying to work on my furniture cantrip right now.
Okay. So this creature, let me see how fast they move. It can't be that fast.
Not that fast.
Oozes are not exactly speed demoning around, you know. Speed is not great. Okay, so Storm, you do see this creature sort of come out, and it comes out to here, and it seems to be following you, and it's like pulling itself forward and sliding through the goo on the floor. It doesn't move very fast, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely following you.
Okay.
Okay. Lothar.
Okay, you said that this thing isn't very high off the ground.
No, the nose is probably the highest part, and it's probably only like 2 feet off the ground.
So this area here, what would be the neck?
Uh-huh.
How high is that?
Fairly low, 6-8 inches off the ground.
Okay, so I can get to here
Uh-huh. Yep.
in a single move. So now what do I see?
All right, so a couple of things. So over here, sort of tucked into the wall, you see what looks to be a fairly substantial, that's been moved, so hold on, it sticks out more than that. It sticks out a little more like that. It looks like well, it's like a pond. Like a fountain. So like you've been in towns, especially this is common in the North End, where they'll build a containment vessel for a natural spring or something like that. It looks like a baby pool essentially. This looks a little bit like that, like somebody built a containment area around a spring to contain the water. But that's not water in there. It's some sort of greenish goo. It's not coming out of the containment pond, but it's just sort of swirling around it. Now, that's that. Over here, there seems to be a fairly large table with a couple of chairs around it and some stuff on the table. You're not sure what the stuff is. You'd have to go over there and take a look. Then you also see these like mummy-looking creatures. There's like 4 different ones. One is this like weird sort of baby skeleton looking thing. There's another one who's like a long-armed, long-legged sort of weird creature. This one looks more traditional, like maybe humanoid shape. This one's just a giant head, 8 feet across, with an attached piece of vertebrae. But they're all just laying there. They're not doing anything.
And I
And they
don't,
don't react to you coming over there either.
I don't see anything over here that looks like an exit.
There does seem to be, let me see here.
Well, I don't
there,
know how far I can see, so I might need to move some more.
there does seem to be some sort of like maybe one of those doors over here at the opposite end of the room.
Okay, so I'm going to do a double move and go to here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can see sort of the outflow. It's like an outflow pipe right there, but it goes into one of those things. And there does seem to be one of those doors that we're not calling the S word anymore.
Right.
That is right here. It's
Yeah,
about
the Sfador. Yeah.
the Sfador. There's a Sfador there, and it does seem to be closed pretty tightly.
Okay.
There's maybe 2 inches wide at the most.
Well, once I get here, I'm going to call back and basically as a free action, let everybody know what I see over here.
Okay.
Anything need to be killed?
Doing what you're doing there.
Not so far, no.
Yeah.
Arr.
Get in there and you show it what for.
Don't encourage him.
I think we actually need the thing he has going for anyway, so it might as well, two birds sort of thing.
Well, but if the plate that's in this thing's throat is what the thing, never mind.
Well, there's also something else in there too.
Like a green statue, you said.
Well, that's on the plate. So there's like a little green statue. It's probably the size, maybe a little bigger than a football that on there. It looks like maybe it's some sort of bird or animal statue. But there's also what looks to be a big iron plate with, and it's probably 4 foot by 4 foot, and it has some sort of, it's hard to tell because you're slashing away at this thing, and teeth bits and stuff like that are falling down into the mouth. But it looks like a big square piece of iron, and it's got some engraving on it.
So the plate matches what we know of one of the items. The
Right, one of the
assassin, right?
descriptions of the items. Both of them sound like the things. One of them is some sort of animal statue, right?
That's what I'm asking Les. Do these look like the things that were vaguely described to us?
It's that jewel relic that about the size of a plate. So I don't think it's actually a plate. I think it's a jewel that we're
The only one who can actually see it right now is Fletcher.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not being very articulate in the moment.
Yeah, so there's 2 things down there. One is a big square piece of iron, and I won't use it, but it's basically a big square piece of iron as far as you can tell, and it looks like it has some engravings on the top of it. Next to that, nearby on one of these uvulaic shelves, is what looks to be a gold disc about the size of a dinner plate, and on top of that disc there is this green emerald sculpture of some sort that looks like it could be some of a representation of an animal, maybe a bird.
And those things radiate intense evil, according to Flashheart.
Well, you don't know. Fletcher can't detect evil, can you?
No,
No.
Flashheart detected.
Flashheart detected something in there that radiates substantial evil. Although at this point, I don't know that he would be able to determine which one of those things or both of those things if they are radiating evil. Flashheart also detected evil over here. Significant substantive evil. Hey, Doug.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
Nice map.
yeah. You've missed some of the more mentally traumatizing pieces of this map.
Oh, that's all right. I had one of my characters fall off an obelisk.
Nice.
John was surfing down a sphincter, the sphincter, last weekend, clawing his way through fecal matter to get to an item.
It's his way.
Classic guy.
Classic Don.
All right. So Lothar, have you done 2 moves then?
Yeah, that was a double move, and as a free action, I told them what I see,
Okay.
and also that there is an exit over here that I think we should probably take.
A Sfador.
A Sfador.
That puts you a little vulnerable over there, Lothar.
Well,
guess
potentially, but
How did you get over there?
I
You just
walked.
walked across
the neck.
across the guy's
Okay,
neck.
I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Okay, that's
talking
it.
about dimension dooring, so I got confused.
Well, yeah, the neck parts are only about 6 to 8 inches off the ground. Remember, he's embedded flat in the floor of the fleshy floor of this room. So and he's still making that noise. But it's Gatos. I'm sorry.
But with a lisp now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's like, he can't. I mean, he wasn't really, frankly, enunciating too hard when he was talking about. But now it's worse, yeah, because he's missing some teeth. A big chunk of lip is now gone and fallen down into his gullet of some, that kind of thing. So yeah, he's not making as much.
He also had the initial lobotomy put in the forehead.
Yeah, well, he chopped him open, but it's like this undifferentiated kind of like white globular matter that's in there. I mean, it's not like regular flesh. As creatures go, this is a very odd one. And as Fletcher can point out, if you bite one of those white globules, it's a very bitter taste.
Yeah, that's what we all go out and do on a regular basis. Find strange white globules
And
And bite them.
and then bite them.
Well, that's Fletcher's modus operandi.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sort of that's classic.
That's like
Fletcher.
Tuesday for
He
Fletcher.
seems to be like in a one-man Fear Factor episode.
All right, so that's it for you, Lothar.
Yes.
Gotta.
I double move to here
Okay.
and roll a perception.
All right. So you could see. I mean, you see Lothar. You see that there's like a wooden table or desk over here with some mundane looking materials on it, and then you see these 4 sort of husks over here that are just, they look like kind of like mummies, but they're not really. They basically look like creatures that have been freeze dried.
Okay. Anything of interest right here?
Well, that's so this is interesting in itself. There's nothing on it, but it's like a big rack, and it's reminiscent of nothing more so than those kind of racks that when you have raw meat that you want to smoke or dry, and you stretch out the strips of meat on there. It looks like that, but it doesn't have any meat on it. It's just sitting there.
And this was like a pool?
It's a pool, yeah. It's sort of like a fountain. So the wall of the fountain is maybe 2 feet high, but instead of water in it, it has this green and black sort of swirly shit in it. You're not sure what that is. It is moving around, but it's not moving around like it has intelligence. It's just sort of like flowing around in there, like there's movement inside.
Okay.
Okay.
Done.
All right. Farina.
Okay, so now that we're moving around and Fletcher has done some digging, I'm going to move.
Jump right in the mouth. Figure out what those treasures are.
Nope. I'm going to just lend backup support. I'm sending Otto here to stand on the table. And I am going to come right here. And I have my bow nocturne ready.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Otto jumps up on that table easily, kicks off a few things. There doesn't seem to be much stuff on there, various. It looks a little bit alchemical equipment, but there's no books or papers or anything on there. It's just like random pieces of detritus is what it looks like.
If I just move 30 feet, can I be on hot fire?
No, you have to. Going on hot fire is a full round action.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Bardos.
I guess I'll follow everybody else. 10, 20.
Sort of run across there.
10, 20, 30. Actually, you know what? While I'm up there, if this thing's not really moving, I guess I'll look down and try to get a little clearer focus of what's down there magic-wise.
Okay, give me well, if it's just detect magic. So yeah, you can see sort of like, so this thing, so it's weird because the mouth, esophagus, for lack of a better word, goes straight down, goes straight back, which is not what would happen if this was an actual creature. So you're starting to wonder if this is this creature, whatever it is in more has had more things happen to it than just a teleport accident. But it goes straight down. There's like these little ledges that come out, and by little I mean they sometimes stick out as much as 6 feet, and they sort of kind of like just stick out at various levels of this whitish tube that goes straight down. And on the second one, there's one that comes out at like around 10, 11 feet. There's another one that comes out that you can see at like 15 feet. And on the 15-foot one is pretty big. It's about 6 feet across, and it's sort of like oblong shaped. But on it are those two items that I described. So the first one is, and you can see it more clearly from this direction, is what looks to be at first glance a big 4-foot by 4-foot iron plate, but you can see that it has depth to it. So it is about a foot thick. And honestly, looking at it from this distance, you're not quite sure what it is, but you can see that it has engravings on the front of it. And those engravings are reminiscent of the sort of engravings that you would find on the frontispiece piece of a book.
A piece of a what?
Can I read those
Of
possibly?
a book from 15 feet away. Give me a perception check, maybe. I don't know. Anybody rolls a natural 20 once in a while.
50 feet away, covered in soft tissue.
Yeah, you can't read it from here, but it looks like. Do you speak Abyssal, or could you read Abyssal?
Yeah.
It looks like the character sizes and types look like it might be written in Abyssal. Okay, and then next to it, sort of tucked up against the wall of the esophagus, is a disc. It's a disc. It looks like it's made of gold, and it has engravings and stuff on the sides of it. And either attached to it or on top of it is a football-sized green stone, maybe gemstone, maybe emerald or jade, carving of some sort of creature. You can't tell what the creature is. But it looks like an animal, like maybe a small animal, but your guess is that it's some kind of bird. Looks like it has wings that are like tucked in. It doesn't look like a mammal, but it looks like it's either attached to the gold plate, the gold disc, or on top of it. You're not sure. At this point, you can't tell.
Okay, I'll ask Fleshheart to come up here and look at this stuff. I wanted him to do a detect evil on it.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Did you say can't wait?
I can't wait to look into this giant's mouth.
Right. Is that it for you, Bartos?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do now.
Illindar. So Storm, I'm assuming, is going to move forward more.
Storm's going to come to here and just let all of us know that that thing is following. And then Illindar's just going to.
When you say that thing in this house, I think you have to be more specific.
No, that's about all the specifics it has to be. There's a slime following me. And then once she gets there, then Illindar's going to jump up in the saddle.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's it?
Yep.
All right. Fletcher, time to kill.
Fletcher will pounce to here
Okay.
and yell, "Damn your eyes!" And he wants to basically destroy this eyeball.
He's just going to stab as hard as he can right into that eyeball.
You want me to roll damage, or is 250 points already enough?
Well, so here's what's the most frustrating thing, the thing that angers you, that angers you even more, is that, one, it's not bleeding, so there's no real satisfaction of you being able to like draw blood on this thing. You've already bit it, and it's bitter and gross, and you spat it out. You keep doing, to your mind, and frankly to the numbers, immense amounts of damage to this thing. It doesn't even seem to be paying attention, and that just makes you absolutely livid. So yeah, I'm just assuming you're getting a sword and you just like plunge it into his eye.
Yes. I want the eyeball to be destroyed.
Okay. Go ahead.
You want me to roll hits and damage, or just
you don't have to roll hits, just roll the damage.
Okay.
Okay. So crazy amounts of damage. What was that? 87 and 39 is
126.
126. All right. So yeah, I mean, you just plunge it in there. The eyeball, the first slash bursts the eyeball, and it just, and then the fluid falls back into the eye socket, and you could see, sort of these weird white, sort of, you're not sure if they're muscles or nerves or tendons that were sort of connected to the eyeball, and you're just like slashing away. You just severed that, and then you're just stabbing down into it with just crazy amounts of damage, and it opens up the eye socket, and again, you see, rather than flesh or musculature or anything like that, it's just comprised of these same softball-sized white, sort of pale white globules. Then you slash, and you slash into the globules, and when you hit them, they explode into that watery substance that just sort of dribbles downward, sort of deep into what this creature's does with flesh. It continues to make noise. It continues to ignore you.
I hate you.
He's just burying this thing in this thing's eyeball. And he's getting these globules and water over there. I think you should try and bite one of those globules again. I bet you get a different reaction this time.
That is so gross.
All right. All right. So you're just going to keep slashing at it. All right. Flashheart, what do you do besides watch the Fletcher show?
Bartos asked me to come up here and peer down, so I'm going to have one eye on Fletcher, just going absolutely berserk over there on this giant head. And then I guess I'm going to try to make an artistic appraisal of something in the mouth of this monster.
All right, so you're detect eviling down at the ledge where those two items are.
Yeah. See if I can tell them apart.
The golden disc with the jade animal shape on it does not radiate evil. The big iron square that's thick radiates an immense amount of evil. I mean, you're just like, whoa!
There's your problem right there. That's what we call in the paladin world super evil.
This is your problem right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what Bardo suspects might be some sort of book radiates just a tremendous amount of evil. And considering the fact that you guys are, like I said before, you guys are in a demon city where it's like there's demons and tieflings and evil all over the place, and there's a fair amount of ambient evil kind of going on all the time. This stands out. Big spike in the radar spectrum.
Yeah. Gatto's evil level is really muted right now. You're at the
I'm not.
Yeah, you can barely see Gatto's evil at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's practically neutral at this point.
Doug,
something articulate.
Don refutes being evil every week, but we have to check him, detect evil at least twice a day.
Oh yeah, I understand. I feel his pain.
All right. Though the only character's ever done me in is Keltris, so you're still on my list, Doug.
All right.
All right. Okay, so I guess is this something I could reach into? I don't really want to touch.
No, it's laying on a sort of a slab of this
You have to climb down.
flesh. It's about 15 feet down. And if the size of it is any indication, I mean, if it is a book, like Bardo says, it's bound in iron, and probably the cover is about 4 feet by 4 feet, and it's as far as you can tell, it's about a foot thick. It probably weighs a couple hundred pounds.
We have to get down there with like a bag of holding or something. We want this stuff. Is there any reason we can't destroy this? It's not on the list of items we need to keep, right?
How would you go about destroying it?
Well,
I can give it to Nocticula. She might have a better place to put it, given that she rules this plane.
fair, but I'm not.
Lothar, any comments on that?
I mean, we probably can't destroy it if it's that evil. We're not going to be able to hurt anything. It'd be better in her hands than in some random.
No.
I'm going to start detecting evil on Bardos now because I'm getting a feeling that
You're going to eat it. So what are you going to do with it, Lothar? I mean,
look, Machine Boy. When you find something that's hateful evil, you don't give it to the most evil thing you know.
Maybe you can
hey, we found this thing laying around.
Plane shift it to our world, and then we can have it destroy things there.
No.
Yeah, that's this plane of evil just radiates from this item.
What was that?
I don't know.
What was that movie with Ultimate Evil? And it was Time Bandits.
Time Bandits. Mom, Dad, don't touch it. It's evil.
Yeah, don't touch it. It's evil. Stop it. We're not taking evil back home. We're not giving evil to the evil Nocticula. Just stop with all the evil.
Man, Chuck's no fun at all.
No, he's not.
Fun.
Wow, what a Debbie Downer.
Lothar does not seem to be buying into the potential for evil here.
What I'm not buying into is that this thing is undestroyable. Why do you think it's undestroyable? We have a lot of.
If it radiates that strong of an evil, then chances of us being able to destroy it are next to nothing because it's been around forever probably.
And so it's probably not a good idea to attempt to acquire it and then give it to the most evil thing on this plane of existence.
I don't want to give it to the thing. I would like to put radiance through it and see if I give it a chance.
If you did give it to Nocticula, think of think of the diplomacy bonus though.
They're
No,
chaotic
That
evil. I
wouldn't
mean,
be enough,
think of how
probably.
much she would destroy with it if she gave it to her on this plane. She'd kill all kinds of demons with that thing. It's a win-win.
The piercing gaze of the lawful good priest is now burning into the back of all of your skulls. Actually, you know what? Like I said before, the threats haven't worked. Apparently the Jewish mother guilt trips aren't working. So anyone who ever wants to be healed again,
Yes, Mom.
exactly.
I'd like to. I'm not advocating for keeping this thing. I just want to destroy it. But if we don't feel we have it, at least I want to take a crack at it. But maybe we should figure out clear this room first before we.
Maybe it could be useful to you guys if you guys could bend this significant evil somehow to the cause of good.
The DM is not immune to not being healed.
I hope this is a talking item too, like that last talking sword we threw into the forge. Like, come on, I'm a good sword.
No, we're
So
still
these items left, less is not evil. What is it? If it's not evil, is it?
Well, it doesn't. Well, I mean, he only did. I mean, it radiates a significant amount of magic.
What kind of magic?
Transformation magic.
Okay, well, Bartos would be all over that then, because that's his specialization. So he's going to want to go get that at least, even if we want to leave the evil things.
Yes, leave the evil things.
Yeah,
That's a
leave
good
the evil
idea.
things. Grab everything else.
Well, but Bartos, you will recognize that this plate thing that, with the green thing on it, that you think that that's what Nazarius was talking about in the one thing he described. What he didn't mention was this enormous iron-bound book.
We probably don't want him to have the book either.
But he said that the emerald was evil, but it's not radiating evil. Is that what you're saying?
It's not radiating evil.
Which
don't
doesn't
think-
necessarily mean it's not evil then.
Flash art would be able to tell, but it's not radiating evil as far as he can tell.
Did he say it
Great.
was evil, or did he say it wasn't evil, or did he just say that's one of the things he wanted?
He said they were
found
both
it.
evil, but we wouldn't want them.
Ah.
We
Yeah,
wouldn't want it, wouldn't be able to use it. Right?
Oh, look, a lying demon. Imagine that.
All right. Well, either way, let's. If we don't have, let's worry about it later. Let's clear the room first. So.
It is clear. There's nothing here.
Yeah,
No,
let's leave the room.
Is there another way out the other side of the room?
Yeah, I already said over here there is a Svador.
Oh, you did say that. That's right.
Spidor. I like that.
Do we not want to figure out why there's strips of meat and a big baby doll golem looking thing
Well,
over there?
There's no
No.
strips of meat on the rack. The rack is
Yeah.
empty, but it looks like the kind of rack that you would lay strips of meat on if you wanted to dry them.
Yeah,
And there's
and
a
the-
big empty
the-
skeleton right next to it.
Well, yeah,
So if you want to lay your meat on it, that'd be good too.
Yes.
that sounds like a Fletcher thing. I don't know that I would, everybody else, but yeah. So I mean, you can see where you're standing, Flash. You can see there's like this big weird skeleton mummy thing laying on the ground. There's a couple more over here, just sort of laying out, and then a big sort of, this like a skull that's like 8 foot across and has a big honk of vertebrae sticking out of it, but it all has this sort of weird desiccated look. Flashheart, give me a perception check real quick.
And the
Wanted to go
dancing
by my left.
baby, the dancing baby has always freaked me out, and that's what that skeleton thing looks like.
Yeah.
18. So you're looking over these things, and you're like, this reminds me of something. Then it comes to you. You know what it reminds you of? It reminds you of Aniel's corpse in that locker in the refinery that had been sucked dry. These look like those similar kind of husks that would potentially allow Minago to pretend to be whatever these creatures are.
So maybe we should make sure they're extra dead then, because the last Yaniel was not dead, right? When we found her in this husk form.
Yaniel was not dead. You were able to bring her back, but it was by the intercession of Iomade.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, if you want to invoke Iomade and bring whatever these things back were, yeah, I mean, you probably
Are they? Yeah. I'm gonna guess they're super evil, but.
Well, one's just a big skull,
Especially the dancing baby.
and then there's other ones a 15-foot dancing baby.
We are looking for who's the god that went missing when Iomade took over. We are looking for that
Aridin.
guy. So I have a little missing persons picture of him just. come across him down here.
Well, you're supposed to eventually, to save Ilandar's life, you have to go find Aerodin's hand in the Underdark somewhere.
Right. That seems like a long way away from Sphincterville here. So
You guys got like 10 months before
No.
dies.
We're doing that
There's a
tomorrow.
lot of time.
Yeah.
I need
Sure.
4 months to drink away the memories of this particular house.
So apparently everyone wants to wait until we have 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and Illindar is a shivering mess before we start. No, come on now.
All right.
Let's leave this
All right.
room.
All right. We're moving on. So I'm gonna cross over and then I'll get ready. Are we still? Or are we in? Are we in?
Well, so flash out as you cross over, you also see this this like little fountain kind of thing. It's not, there's no fountain, nothing is squirting out of this thing. It's basically like a baby pool full of this greenish blackish thing.
Detect
This
evil.
water. But yeah, you do detect evil. That second big spike of evil that you detected earlier, it's in there.
What can I do to this? Can I have? Do I have any idea what this is?
It looks like a village fountain, like what that villagers would put over a spring to capture the water, so it just doesn't run off, and then they could take advantage of it. But it doesn't have water in it. I'll tell you that right now. It has some sort of black green fluid. It does. The fluid looks somewhat translucent, though.
I have a couple of vials of holy water we can dump in there and try to unevil it.
Sure, that would work.
Looks like a radar screen from an airport.
It could be interesting.
But yeah, there's an assload of evil inside there too.
An assload of evil. That's our new college.
That's a nice phrase.
Right?
Considering where we just were.
Assload of evil. I guess I'm gonna hit it with I'm gonna pour a vial of holy water in there just for giggles. If we're out of initiative, because I feel like I've wandered around.
No, we're still in initiative. So you're gonna use you're just gonna uncork some holy water and just throw the whole vial in there?
Yep.
Okay. So the holy water hits the surface, and there's an immediate sort of like of like steam. But other than that, you can't tell if nothing else seems to happen. Frankly, the volume of holy water in a vial is probably a few.
I get it.
It didn't seem. Yeah, it had a reaction. It like and steam kind of like a puff of steam kind of came out of it. But yeah, it didn't seem like it had any sort of definable effect on the liquid, the green black liquid itself.
Okay.
All right, is that it for your turn? I think it must be, since you've done 17 things already. All right, hold on a second. 2, 3. Go. All right. So you guys are all sort of standing around and looking at evil stuff and trying to figure out things. All of a sudden, from the mouth, the gibberish stops. And it just stops. And frankly, the stopping of the noise is louder than the noise itself, and everybody kind of turns, and then you hear what sounds suspiciously like a belch, and it just goes. And a big thing of gas bubbles comes out and floats above the mouth. And I am going to need saving fortitude saves from Fletcher and Bartos from this belch. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because my camera froze. So it's just like, you hear this, and all of a sudden this like gray bubbly shit comes out, and sort of just like a cloud of it just kind of goes over. DC on this is going to be 22 fortitude saves. So what do you guys roll? Fletcher
After we roll, you tell us it's 22. I see how you are.
I can show you if you want.
It's all right.
Living creatures caught in the gas must succeed on a DC 22 fortitude save. If a creature fails a saving throw, they become buoyant and float slowly upwards until they drift away. You also gain the paralyzed condition. So Fletcher, you got a 18. Bartles. Oh, now I see why you're complaining because Bartles got a 21. So
Just happened to be one higher than we rolled.
it just happened to be one higher. I didn't see that.
Sure.
So yeah, so you guys breathe in this stuff, and it's like Willy Wonka gas. You guys, it gets in your lungs, and suddenly you guys find yourself paralyzed, and you begin floating up. The rest of you guys over there, you see this thing, and the bubbles begin to dissipate. But as they do, your vision, you can see Fletcher and Bartos clearly, and they are 2 or 3 feet off the ground at this point.
Hey, Les, I get a +4 versus paralysis saves. Would this be considered that?
It would.
Okay.
It would be, yeah, because you get the
25 then.
paralyzed condition. So then that would be a 25. You would make it. So you immediately kind of go and spew out this gas as you take in a lungful, and you manage to get it. But Fletcher, you are paralyzed, and you're starting to float up in the air. Your sword falls onto the chopped up eye socket and just lays there on top of the thing. And Fletcher, you are 4 or 5 feet up in the air. All
Les,
right.
did you see that message?
I saw the message. You're gonna have to wait till your turn.
Oh, I thought we were out of initiative.
No, we're still in initiative.
Oh, I
I was
apologize.
I was advocating we were, but no, Les disabused me of that notion.
Well, now
Alright.
you know.
Okay.
Guys, I
sounds
gotta
good.
get going.
All right.
See you,
Yeah,
Doug.
have a
Bye,
lot of
Doug.
time. See ya.
All right. That's the belch. Lothar.
I didn't see the message. What was the message?
It was a whisper to the GM.
You just sent it to me.
You
Sorry.
did not see it on purpose.
It was a cryptic dawn note.
So now I'm getting blamed for Farina doing it.
It's only a matter of time, really.
There was a
Yeah.
cryptic message, flame strike Dom.
Not Gatto, just Dawn. That is
Not
it.
Gatto, just
Yeah, no.
stop. Okay.
Not-
So you guys are all sort of looking at this Willy Wonka shit going on the top of the face. And then once the belch comes out, it begins making that noise. Yeah, and begins doing that thing. And the bubbles sort of slowly sort of fade away and pop. But Fletcher is still floating. Bartos managed to sort of step back, and he's looking. You're all looking up at Fletcher, and Fletcher is just like
Okay, so as a
floating
free action, I'm going to suggest to Ilindar that he have Storm collect Fletcher, and suggest to Gatto that he collect Fletcher's sword carefully, and that we get out of here. And then I'm going to move over to here, actually to here,
Okay.
and see if, and I doubt it, see if I have the ability to open up this Fedor.
Strength check on the Spador.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
It's a strength check.
I don't even
Okay.
have that saved because I know how pathetic that is. Seriously.
Maybe if you grunted really hard while you try to open it, like, "Oh, open you, Spador." Nope.
I think I dropped a nut.
Well, you're certainly not getting that Spador open, and it's defeating you.
Yeah, I need help.
All right, Lothar, is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Gatto.
Well, I had other plans, but I've been told.
Well, it has been suggested. You were not ordered.
No. I go over there, put away the hammer, and pick up the sword.
Okay, you grab his sword and sort of drag it off, or
Well, I moved and picked up a sword, so that's
Oh, yeah.
my double action.
all right, so you're sort of standing on the.
Am I now possessed by the demon that was inhabiting Fletcher?
I'll message you.
So wait,
No, it seems fine.
when I tell you 1,000 times not to make deals with demons, you do it anyway. But now I suggest that we collect Fletcher and his weapon, and suddenly it's law. I am so gonna flame strike your ass.
Only there's no demons you can deal with right now.
All right, Don sent you a message.
Okay.
Don just wanted to pick up the sword. You know he just wanted to pick up the sword.
All right, so
Um,
that
As a free action, I take some of the blood off the blade and smear it on my cheeks.
Farina, you see that Gatto has blood on his face too. It's the sword.
sword.
That's to kill them both.
Our freedom.
All right, Farina, it's your turn.
That's a great movie. Dan, I heard.
All right, so Farina, you're gonna cast. All right, so which way? So you're gonna do what you told me you were gonna do.
Yeah, east, pushing east. But
Pushing.
wait, can I before that? Because all the bubbles are gone now.
Yeah, they sort of just popped. They didn't
Okay.
last very long, but at least some of them have gotten into Fletcher, and he's now floating in the air.
Okay, so I'm not going to do that now.
You're gonna not do that, okay?
No, because there's nothing there to blow away anymore. Correct, except for
Correct.
Fletcher. Right.
Yeah, they sort of dissipated. Well, you
Yeah.
can still do that. I mean, that'd be kind of fun. You can blow them into the wall, or I don't know, blow them down in the mouth. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You can pick up the book while he's down there.
I'm actually just going to reserve till the end of the round because I'm not sure. I know it's not too far away, but I don't really have anything to do at the moment.
Okay, so that would be here. No, here after your Lothar. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna go there. All right, so you're reserving Bardos.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll just move 10, 20, 30, 20. I'm not even going to try to open. Well, I couldn't anyway because I'm done. Let's double move. I'm done.
Okay, Ilindar.
How high is Fletcher off the ground?
Not 6, 7 feet right now. He's just
Okay.
floating upwards. The ceiling in here is probably it's a pretty big room, so it's probably like 20-foot ceiling.
Okay, so when Storm just walks around over here, he's about at my height if I'm sitting in the saddle on her back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then I'm just gonna reach out, grab him, and kind of bring him over and kind of
Hold on to him.
strap him to the saddle, or something.
Well, you have to like tie him down because he definitely seems
Right.
to be floating upwards.
Right. There's reins that there's stuff that you'd hang on to being in the saddle. So yeah, I just kind of put him in one of the saddles best I can, and just kind of take
Sort of just like wedge him in there to keep him from
wedge him
floating
and then
upwards.
use one of the ropes or something to kind of.
Yeah, so here's the fun part is, I mean, you can wedge, like tie down his arm or slip a leg under some leather, but the rest of his body continues to float upward. So he's like sort of like a balloon almost.
Right.
And
Okay.
he's not moving. He does not seem to be moving. Now his eyes are open. And there does seem to be like a little blood coming out of his nose and a little out of his ear. But he's wedged under the saddle or sort of tied down, but the rest of his body is sort of just like spinning around as it's trying to float upwards.
Okay.
All right, is that it for both of you?
Yep.
All right, so Fletcher, I need you to roll me another fortitude save.
Fortitude save. All right. Let's roll better this time.
Nope.
Ooh, why do you
lot
jinx
worse.
it like that? Yeah.
Still paralyzed, still floating.
Big bucks, no chucks. Yeah.
Big bucks, no chuck.
I'm visualizing you floating like a 2-year-old floats, or when they fall asleep, just their arms back, just lolling out.
All right, so that's Fletcher. You can't do anything. You're still paralyzed. You're aware of what's going on, though. You just can't do anything. And you're worried because you see the top of this roof is gross, and you don't want to get smashed up against it. Flashheart, you're up.
All right. So if Fletcher's in hand, then I am going to go to the door and make my move on it.
All right, strength check.
All right. So what do I just my roll for strength?
Yeah, just roll a strength check with your bonus. 11. Yeah, I mean, you're not having any luck with this fedora either. It just does not want to give.
I'm visualizing my head, my arm are stuck in a sphincter now.
It does not want to give. And everybody's sort of working on it at this point.
We only had an insanely strong person that could just ravage this fedora.
The current strength of 30 that might be able to open
I
it.
was gonna say she's carrying 2 people right now.
Right?
Burp.
Burp.
Oh.
That's
Then
bad.
another one comes up. I need fortitude saves from, well, Fletcher's already floating. I need fortitudes from Ilindar and Storm. And as I mentioned before, the DC is 22.
So Les, if I had reserved my
One of us
action
make it.
and
Do
ready
you
it,
want to do it now?
can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that, I mean, is it too late or they still have to make their saves?
They'll get a bonus. But yeah, you can blow, if you want, you can take this opportunity to do exactly that. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly that.
all right. All right, so suddenly there seems to be a bunch of wind and it blows it right at Gato.
Yeah, that's exactly not what I was doing.
Oh, come on. I like that
Said
idea.
east, not west.
Here we go. Just right to here. There it is.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Nice.
so you want to blow it west. So gust of wind spell, correct?
Yeah, it says that it specifically does talk about gases.
Okay,
It's
so
called wind wall.
wind wall. Okay.
Deflects small creatures, arrows, gases.
I remember Mike
All right,
Dowd
so
used to use
two
accuracy.
2 feet thick and of considerable strength. A roaring blast will blow, that kind of thing. Okay, yeah. So it basically before you guys have even a chance to breathe, suddenly you have all of a sudden it's like whoosh, and there's like this huge wall of wind that materializes and it blows the bubbles off to the east where they dissipate and go away.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
That
Nobody
didn't
should
help
have to
Fletcher
read
at all, though.
Nice job, Farina. All right, and that was going to be your turn. And so Farina, you can move now if you want.
Okay. Gonna whoop, 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 whoop it over to the west.
Okay, you're gonna try the Svidor. Or no, you're behind the table. You're not close enough. Okay. All right, Gato, you've got the sword.
Actually, free action. I'll yell on the Gallo. Give me the sword and I'll put it in a sheath. So he's got it when he comes to.
You're muted, Don.
Want to get him a couple white globules?
No.
No.
And then he runs off the other way. It's mine. It's mine.
Runs out making the Daffy Duck noises.
Dude, he just bit into a dude's head. I'd give him a sword back.
If Fletcher wants it back, I'll give it back to Fletcher. But Fletcher's not asking for it back.
No, Ilndar's telling you to give it to him and he's going to put it on Fletcher's person.
Okay, I give you the sword.
All right. So you do that. That's a move action. What else are you gonna do?
Get out of here. Move away.
Oh, okay.
These belches aren't fun.
All right, to get across there. Is that the end of your movement rate?
That is my 30-foot movement.
Okay, Bardos.
Can't really do anything. I guess I'll just reach over and touch Flash Shard and give him a +4 to strength.
Okay. Nice. Any move or anything like that?
Maybe I'll back up in case Storm wants to get in there.
All right. Ilindar.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I know what I wanted to do. Let's real quick. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Is there any other magic items other than the evil thing and the?
No, nothing on the table that radiates magic. The only things that radiate magic are there's something, and you can tell from this point because you got the right angle on it. You can tell that there's something in the fountain that's radiating magic. It's not the fountain itself, although it does radiate some magic. It's the big magic that you detect is in the fountain, and then you can obviously still detect the magic that's inside the guy's mouth.
Right. Okay. I'm done.
Okay. Ilindar. Storm.
So Ilindar's actions are going to be one action to grab the sword when Gato passed it up. The other is just to, move Fletcher around. I guess I'm assuming he keeps his greatsword on his back in the sheet.
Yeah, it's sort of a baldric kind of looking thing.
Is that right, Dan?
Yep.
So yeah, he's just gonna basically twist him around so he can grab that great sword and kind of put it in his sheath.
Okay, you gotta strap it up.
That's what Ilandar's doing.
Okay.
Storm is gonna move us both over here, knowing she can't.
Well, she can't go to there because Bartos is there.
About there.
I guess.
And
And she takes Fletcher with her because Fletcher is wedged
Fletcher,
into her.
yes, Fletcher is.
So he's wedged into her like her leather gear.
She's got I've got a 2-seat saddle on.
So you're on there as well?
So yeah, I've been on Storm, yeah, since she came in the room. So
okay.
So we're both in the saddle on Storm, and like Storm moved over to the door, but it took her more than one movement to get there. So
all right. Fletcher, give me a fortitude save. Let's see another one, buddy.
Yeah, I sure hope I roll a 1 again. That would be awesome.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Fletcher twitches.
That's how you do it. Do like that every time.
Then you hear him emit an enormous and somewhat disgusting belch. You know, he's like, oh, and then he falls onto Storm because the paralyzation, the flow goes away. He lets out this burp and then falls backwards, and you see him sort of like, oh God, oh, and he's sort of like sitting back up after falling back down, but the paralyzation seems to have left him, and he's not floating anymore. He falls back into the web gear.
What's going on? Where's my sword? Where's Buttercup?
Where's Buttercup?
Your sword's name is Buttercup?
On your back.
Let me explain.
That's canon now.
No, let me sum up.
No, it's too much. Let me sum up.
All right, so Fletcher, that's it for you. Flashheart, you now have also plus what happened? Bartos, you gave him +4 to Flashheart?
Yeah, so that's giving him +2 on the check.
Okay.
+2 on the check. Okay. So are you trying and open this door?
Here I am with the strength Iomade backing me. And
there you go. You finally get a good grip on the inside of it. And just open it all the way up, and finally you finally get like a 4-foot, 5-foot wedge, and it sort of sticks there. The edges are woggling a little bit from the strenuousness, but it's open. Hold on, let me open that door on the dynamic lighting. One sec. There you go. You could see through there. There seems to be some sort of undifferentiated, or well, I mean, you see some sort of paramecium-looking pimento kind of loaf-looking floors over there. There's a small passageway, one of those rubbery vein passageways, and then it goes into some sort of room that looks like, well, you can see it there. I won't try to describe it. It's too close.
am I able to move, or is that my turn?
That you can move.
I'll move to here.
Okay.
There's nothing that looks like impending to attack me right here.
There's nothing in there that looks like it's intending to attack you. The whole room, the flesh of this room seems to be very different. It is striated and looks unsettlingly like pimento loaf.
Gross.
Very. Okay. Hold on.
I'm gonna give you my best Vin Diesel. Look clear.
Okay, he's not going to do anything. In this case now, the face has gone back to burbling gibberish. And it does not burp this round. So it's Farina's turn.
Ain't there.
Farina's not there? All right, we'll come back to her. All right, we'll go to Lothar. Okay, Lothar. Flasher. Hey, Tom. Flashheart got the Spador open and has moved through into some sort of pimento loaf room. What do you do?
I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
And as a free action, I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil.
Okay, and you yourself or on Flash? I guess Flashheart doesn't need it. But...
Well, Protection from Evil on me is a radius.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So if can you see the yellow radius?
I can,
Yep.
yeah.
That's protection from evil.
Okay. Give me
Oh.
a perception check.
30.
30. Yeah, you see this creature sort of moving around. It's kind of greenish. It has appendages. Here's what it looks like. I'll show you.
Lovely.
And it's kind of like moving around. It's got like a weird kind of skull and some sort of things here, and it's kind of just like moving around in there.
Monster's version of a gelatinous cube. It's pretty nasty.
It doesn't, you don't think that it's noticed you yet.
I had to step away for a second. What the hell's the priest doing in front?
He decided to take point.
He's
I
tired
came,
of
I came up here to cast protection from evil.
yeah, he's tired of dicking around with everybody.
It sounds so logical when you say it like that.
And I assumed that everyone else was going to pile up here shortly after.
Well, now we're all
Otherwise-
going to lean on our bows and watch like we did Fletcher.
Otherwise, I'm going to plane shift the hell out of here, and I'll see you guys next week.
Well, so at this point, so I got to ask the question. So, so Farina, wait, before we do that, Farina, it's your turn. What do you do? So Flashard and Lothar have opened the door and have exited the room. Fletcher seems to be okay. He emitted a huge belch and then flopped backwards on the saddle gear on Storm, and seems to have been able to shrug off the paralyzation. But everybody seems to be abandoning the very high-powered magic items that seem to be in this room. I'm just curious as to what you guys are going to do.
Maybe
Well, Farina's certainly not going to go after high-powered magic items before she's going to follow her tribe. So what she would normally do would be to send Otto up to provide some backup for Lothar.
Okay.
And then she herself would come in and stand somewhere back far with her arrow.
Okay.
I don't want to block, so I'm
you're not
probably
blocking.
just gonna stay. Well, if I do here, I am blocking. I guess people can move by me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
do like
I'll
John
stand
Van
right
Damme.
here.
All right.
You do a
You've
Van
got-
Damme in the doorway with your leg
And
out.
I'm gonna yell over my shoulder, Gatto, get the magic items.
Kind of like
Don't tell him that. They're both evil.
this I like.
a 400-pound book that's
I'm kidding.
I am.
Got him. Get the magic items. Hurry up. All right. All right. So that's Farina. So all right, we're at the top of the order. And I just want to pause for a second. I want to ask, what's the plan? You guys came up here. It looks like, at least from my eyes, that you guys discovered the items that Nazarius wanted, and potentially something else, a big iron-bound book that was in the creature's mouth. Are you now leaving?
I'm not sure actually. Why did we pursue going out of the sphincter without the magic items? I'm not sure what the big rush was.
Those aren't what we're looking for. We're looking for other stuff. That's the stuff that we said the other guy could have.
That's yeah.
But wasn't the question earlier?
Isn't that part of our responsibility?
Were you going to give him these? Because the reality is, he has said that he will come in and get them. He's
Right.
like, you guys won't be able to use them. Just let me know. Bring me the body. Basically, bring me the body of Monago. I need it, and then let me know where they are, and I'll get them myself. You guys don't want to touch them anyway. But now you've discovered a third item, which Nazarius did not know about, which radiates a significant amount of evil. And I know that Lothar was, let's say, ambivalent about allowing these items to get loose.
I mean, flame the book. We don't need it.
I'm sure Nazarius will know what to do with it a lot more than we could do anything with it.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
you will.
No, at this point, my take on it, or Lothar's take on it, however you want to look at it, is we're not well equipped to deal with this stuff.
No.
And at this point, we still have sort of bigger mission to accomplish.
Several.
And staying here and trying to deal with this stuff, possibly successfully, possibly not, doesn't further our mission. Now, we know that this stuff is evil, but we don't know what it does. And if I thought that we could destroy it, I'd be all for that. But I don't think we can.
Misplaced my rod of cancellation, so.
Right. Based on the stuff that you've said, we probably can't deal with this. So it's above us. We need to
Well,
get back and get.
we're not at the exit either, right? So, I mean, we can come back here if we feel so obligated later.
Well, perhaps, but then what do we do? Because
You can spend all your life trying to destroy evil items in the plane of hell. You're not going to do anything. You know, that's
right.
Well, only
that-
one was evil, right? The
It's
other
like-
one was not evil.
It's like smacking assholes, right?
Oh,
There's always
but-
another one down the line.
But that was Lothar's take on it. We're probably not well equipped to deal with this, and we have bigger fish to fry.
I would second both of those.
So then, is your plan to continue to explore the house, or is your plan to get the heck out of here? And
If we can find some evidence or some other, good artifacts that are just happen to be laying around an evil demon's house,
yeah, that's
I'm
like
okay with that. But for the most part,
it's probably got a whole closet.
evidence was kind of the only other thing we were going for.
Yeah.
Okay,
What
evidence
about-
of
But there was
Oh.
2 items in that throat though. One was evil, one was not, right? But were they
Right.
both-
One of them, he said we wouldn't use both of them. One of them, one of the not evil things is that one of the things he said he wanted.
Oh, okay.
And then the evil thing, the dramatically evil thing, is the 1 foot thick
Book.
type thing.
4x4 book.
Yeah, that like I said,
I don't want anything to do with that thing.
we're not well equipped to deal with this at this point.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my thing. At this point, I would really like to just get out of here and go
Yeah.
on with what we have to do. I know that there are other interests that want to go and look and see if there's anything useful for us, but this room with the 2 major evil things that we're not equipped to deal with is either going to waste our time or sap our resources or get us killed, basically.
Yeah, if we somewhere along the way we'll get a clue how to deal with these things, but we don't have enough information yet.
Was the thing in the fountain evil?
Very.
It's just super
The
evil.
thing in the whip.
The thing in the fountain.
In the green
Yes.
fountain.
Very
Yes.
evil.
The
Yeah.
fountain itself radiates magic, but not evil. Inside the fountain, and you guys haven't looked in the fountain, so you don't know what it could be. But inside the fountain was some sort of item that radiated a significant amount of evil. Yeah.
It's like major league evil.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that we're going to be able to do about that. As much as the priest and the paladin would like to, we're not gods. There's nothing we can do about it.
Not yet.
But
Not
if you
yet.
said there was a key to a sky whale, then I'd make the attempt.
Well,
Right.
no, it's so at this point, like I said, this, it seems
So,
to
yeah.
me, is just going to do nothing but cost us again and again and again, and keep us from moving on to the bigger fish that we have to fry, which is dealing with Nocticula, hopefully getting her to see that whatever her people have gone against her and she can deal with them.
Don't I have an appointment in the arena now too? I feel like I have a date in the arena.
And then get
That's
back
all
to
I'll
the
do.
get back to the prime so that we can go to the Underdark and make sure that we don't lose. I'll be nice and say Illandar. So make sure we don't lose Storm, because we can't live without our dragon,
Ow!
There we go.
and,
Yeah.
and we've got 10 months to do that, which sounds like a long time, but we don't know how long it's going to take us.
This could be where Monago lives too. This face. I mean, that could go deeper levels. Where the mouth is the entrance. There's no bed here, but this looks like a place that she occupied.
Well, there is that wooden wrap. Now, remember, Monago is a demon. I don't know that demons like soft, fluffy beds. Maybe she just hangs herself up like a bat or something.
Yeah. So
Did
this
our,
could be the only place.
did our caravan guard check for doors, secret doors? I guess there wouldn't really be a secret door in that.
Now, our caravan guard was
Body.
busy rubbing blood on his face.
It's mocking you, Fletcher.
Whoever
It's
you are.
mocking you.
All right, so here we are in the next room. We know there's something alive in this room. It's that time now. Is this where you're gonna stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got like just a minute left. Do you guys want to teleport back to the hotel or back outside the hotel and get out of here? Or I mean, or do you want to continue to investigate in here on the off chance that you guys will find something of value, or do you want to take another crack at figuring out what those things are? I mean, at least one of them, as you guys haven't even looked at yet.
We're not interested in evil books, I think is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But
I
we've
think
come so
now,
far.
come on, everyone is interested in evil books.
We've come so far. Maybe we want to pursue looking for something more specific to us. There's got to be something down here for non-evil.
More evidence type stuff.
If we had some research done on those things that we were about to pick up, then I'd be more interested in. But those are just rando evil things that are inconvenient to get to and may very well kill us. So.
Yeah.
But one question: you said we had to climb down through his mouth. Where his head is sitting, couldn't we just carve through the side of his face to get to the same spot?
The face is only about 6-8 inches off the floor thing. Remember, it's embedded in the floor.
Yeah,
Right.
you did mention that. Yeah. So that
So-
does lend credence to your theory that it could be a trap door, Gordon.
Yeah.
Leading elsewhere.
Or an extra dimensional space of some sort.
Right.
Yeah.
So Lothar's vote would be to get the hell out of here and go get on with the other stuff that we need to do.
Barros is okay with that.
Yeah, Farina's on board with that too.
Yep. So is Elendar.
I'd be fine to keep investigating, but I will defer to the majority.
Gatto and Fletcher.
Oh, well,
Fletcher wants to kill
wants
everything,
to kill. He doesn't care.
and Gatto can't stand leaving a copper piece on the floor. So, but at this point, they're outvoted.
Yeah.
Hey, Les, could you remind me again, how much does the copper piece weigh?
Oh my
That
God.
hurts. That really hurts.
That depends. Is it a prime material or an Illusionarian copper piece?
No, that's a good point. I mean,
I don't know that. Oh!
Chuck, when we were in the Traveler game, he was telling us how much this warship we were coming up against was like a 40,000-ton warship. Like, how many gold pieces?
Yeah, how many Illusionarian gold pieces? It's like 12, 15, something like
I
that.
will kill you all.
That's brilliant.
Les, I guess you'll probably never read our individual writing that we had to each other that week, but that was one of the more entertaining weeks of abject avarice of a hoard of coins.
Well, so at some point we'll have to put together when all this is over, we'll have to put together some sort of book of sorts to go back and look at all the crazy stuff that we did. All right, so the vote is that you guys are going to
Teleport
leave
back.
and teleport back to the hotel. All right, can you do that? Can Bartos teleport all of you guys?
I can do me and three
Bartos and
people.
Elendar can both teleport. So between the two of us, we can get everybody back.
All right, so you can't teleport directly into the hotel because of the things.
Right.
Definitely, you
Outside
like
the
you've done
front
before.
door.
You teleport outside and then go in. All right, so you guys materialize outside of the hotel, and it's like you're just like, did that really happen? All this gooey, gross stuff that happened, belches and gibberish and acid creatures and amoebas and all this stuff. And you're standing on a street corner and there's tieflings and demons wandering around, and you can see through the window the main bar of the worm pyre, and you're just like, it's surreal. You're just like, did that really happen?
Yeah, what's bad is that you got a bunch of good guys that just realize they're in the middle of the abyss and they all breathe a sigh of relief right now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All good,
Back in
right?
the Demon City.
Yeah.
Flashheart is going to the bar, and then they're going to ask for 10 hot baths in a row.
I was gonna say Lothar is going for a bath that will last 3.5 weeks.
Yeah. I'm gonna look into some sort of memory scrub too.
You're gonna need some Pfizer hex for that. All right, I mean, you guys are welcomed in. You can tell that there's probably an aroma that now everybody at the front desk is aware of. But at the same time, this is Illusionaria. Aromas come a dime a dozen when it comes to hotel guests.
We say we need like 7 baths like now.
Come
And they
around,
don't
sir.
argue.
Oh no, they don't argue at all. They're like, right away, sir.
Yeah,
that kind
if
of
you
thing.
could just plane shift a waterfall over my head for the next hour and a half, I'm good.
Yeah, you guys go in and you're back at the hotel. And that's where we'll stop tonight. We will resume this in 2 weeks. In the first weekend of May, next week, Traveler, lots of interesting things going on there. And if I don't talk to you before then, I'll see you then.
Everybody want to come and play a genetically modified tiger?
No, they didn't. They didn't fare too well.
No, they
Fine,
died pretty
right.
quick.
They damn near killed me, but I lived.
Yeah, those poor tigers didn't do so well with the rail cannons and shit you guys were carrying around.
Kind of insane armament we had there.
Right?
All right. It was good to see you all. Have a good night.
Guys.
Likewise, great gaming tonight. Thanks, you
Take
guys.
care, everybody.
See ya.
All right.
All right. Night, guys.
All right, let me hold on, let me stop some stuff here. Where are you? Okay.